Trapping ain't dead, Josh. Niggas just scared.
That's you, bro. You be scared. You want to be scared. That's why we late. We late because of you, bro. Let's just be
Niggas
real
don't
about
want
it.
no bread. No one believes that.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Back at the bus is back at it again with the Snowfall live reviews. Everybody should know that Marcus was the one that caused us to be late, but we are here.
No one believes you.
Marcus
I don't
was
even have to react no type of way. So
Marcus was
no one
listening
believes
to
you.
Bow Wow's greatest hits. Let us know if you can hear us just to make sure. I'm pretty sure we got the sound and everything right. The boy Polo Boy is in the building. It's official. The boy's back in town. Yes, sir. We are back at it again. Do you have the stream pulled up so that you can see some of these comments, my guy?
I do. You turn the volume off so I can actually.
You should probably
There
do
you
that
go.
before we
Yeah.
get some echoes and shit.
You
Boy.
might have just got one.
Yikes. K-Pac is in the building.
What up, Polo?
What is
What
up?
up, Pop?
What is up? I'm assuming they can hear us. I'm assuming everything is good and they can see us and we all fantastic right now. So, Snowfall, quick thoughts. What'd you think?
Ooh,
Quick
man.
thoughts. Don't get nothing away.
Emotional. Like emotional first. Are we talking just like overall for both episodes or just initial episode?
Just kind of a quick overall on everything.
Okay. Emotional roller coaster. That's the quickest way I could sum it up, man. There was a lot of emotion in these first two episodes. A lot of angst. Like the stakes are so high, the tension is so thick.
Facts.
Oh my god.
Moving very quickly, I've noticed. Moving very quickly, which I like.
Oh, we're not wasting no time. No filler, all gas, no brakes.
Facts. Patience Anderson, what is good? A day one squad homie who loves to see the live
What
streams.
up, Patience?
All right, so are we going to talk Snowfall first, or do you want to talk Bel Air?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Listen. All due respect to Bel Air, definitely, still on board with that show, and look forward to talking about it. But one series is still in its infancy, is still trying to define itself.
Sure.
The other one is already in its prime, its stride, and they trying to win the Super Bowl before they out of here. So let's address them.
Okay.
Let's address them.
Well, I don't know if I want to let the crowd know about your plans, what you wanted to promote the live with, but it seemed like you wanted to kind of get in your bag as far as just getting into Snowfall really and getting your acting chops. So I figured we couldn't do the actual video, but if you want to give me a second,
and stop.
I'd love to kind of bring in the essence of Snowfall, if that's okay. Is that cool? Can I do that?
You want me to act out the scene?
No.
Yes.
No.
Bring it in.
No. I couldn't do what you wanted to do, but if I can, I'd like to bring in the essence of the show. Can I do that? All right. Give me just like 2 seconds, okay? Entertain the people.
What up, y'all? I'm at a loss. I don't know what we're doing right now. You said Franklin acting sensitive, Polo? Man, sheesh. Not in episode 2. Not now. Yo, hey. Hey.
Can you see me already? Where's the bitches, nigga? Where's the titties? Where's the bitches and the titties, nigga?
Oh my
Where's the
God.
titties? Slap your daddy. Slap your daddy. Slap your motherfucking daddy. Teach a man how to squabble. Teach your man how to squabble next time he get the pistol. Slap your daddy.
Hey.
Gold chain. The wig is looking crazy, but I had to rep.
Damn,
I had to rep. I had to rep.
where in the it is about to be March. Where the hell did you find a costume wig like that?
I had to rep. Teach your man how to squabble.
Oh my
Where's the
goodness.
titties? Where's the bitches and the titties at, nigga?
Uh,
Yeah. Yes, I'm doing the entire review like this. Get used to it.
okay. Well,
Let me fix my. You know what I mean? Yeah. I wish I had one of them like them silk joints he be wearing. I know exactly where I could have got one of them silk shirts too, but
shut up.
but you know,
Shut the hell up.
but you know. And I wish I had one of them spray bottles. You feel me? Yeah, they squabbling out here. All right.
Man, what are they saying about this? My goodness.
Gold chain flexing on them. All right. I'm ready when you are now. I feel it now. I'm in the essence. Are you ready? Is that a yes?
Take it away. Let's do it.
All right. Snowfall season 6. No, let me get my Jerome voice. Snowfall season 6, episode 1. Fallout. All right. Little girl Tisha gets greeted by a mailman and admits that her dad never came home and that she's been by herself alone all night. We pull up to a crime scene, which also happens to be Uncle Jerome, me, and Louis' spot. Apparently, Tisha's dad got capped there. Any thoughts on the crime scene?
So, interesting little kind of like half flashback, right? Because that was the scene where who was it? It was what Cece and Louis and Veronique. They was all out to lunch. Jerome had took that call at the payphone and peeped it all out or whatever, right? That was that same day where you know they end up having to put the shooters down and it triggered it to me because of that conversation that they was having with the cops. That's what made me connect those two scenes together. And how they continue to thread from that scene later on in was it the following episode? It might have been later that episode. I don't know, man. It was moving. Everything was moving so fast. Like it was moving quick in these first two episodes. It was kind of hard to distinguish one from the other. To be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Sad little opener. Got us had a Nancy Headmaster Reagan. I'm up there talking about
Headmaster Reagan.
Yeah, talking about the war on drugs and whatnot.
Yeah,
That's a meteoric climb there, boy. From the laps of Hollywood all the way to the White House. You doing something.
Facts.
You give working girls a good name.
Oh, facts. Shout out to everybody who loves the dude, by the way. You know, I'm just trying to get it straight and everything. Anyway.
Damn, this is outrageous.
Franklin is parked waiting on everyone's favorite character, Veronique. Franklin can't get his money back from the deal he lost in season 5, but he doesn't intend to take the L. Which, obviously, he done some dastardly deeds. I don't know if they told us at that point yet, but hold that thought.
Oh, he do plan on getting that money back.
Oh, no, he got that money back. He
getting that.
He got it back in blood. He
taught
his man how to squabble.
No, I'm saying that you talking about the money that Teddy took off of him?
Is that what it was? I thought it was the money that he lost in the hotel deal or whatever.
Did they lose that yet? Is that gone?
I know they lost the deal, but I don't know if they actually lost any money in it. It was one of those things, though, for sure.
Well, I would think the $70 million that Reed took from his Cayman's account would be the most pressing thing.
Yeah.
And he definitely wants that back.
Facts.
Sure.
Facts. All right. Teddy gets a page and is hesitant to speak over the phone. The picture in the house, by the way, had like a picture of Parissa in there, which I thought was nuts. He might be in love with that girl. He's definitely in love with that girl.
Well, sure, yeah. You see the way he acted, he's in love with her. He doesn't deserve it, though. I don't want to see his love arc. I don't want to see it. You don't deserve it.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. All right, Oso comes home, and the family is happy to see him, but his girl is noticeably worried. Turns out Louis and Jerome have been jacked, and they believe they know it to be Franklin, seemingly, which obviously is Franklin at that point.
Yo, look, man. I don't know why and this is where my emotions start rolling. Right, I felt like I was Franklin's like guardian angel through most of the this episode because it's like everybody is questioning Franklin. Franklin. It's reminiscent of another character who everybody was questioning a lot at the end of his run. And it's like, fam, all Franklin wanted to do was run a legitimate business. He wanted out of the drug game. He set everybody up to do what they wanted to do. And you know what Louis decided to do? Louis decided to drive a knife into that man's back for no reason.
Facts.
And then, and then, on top of that, when I told you that this man stole every dime I have to my name, you looked at me and said that ain't your problem. I'm sorry. What? Huh?
Facts.
Huh? Louis, fam, would you even be sitting here in my face? Like, let's really track all the way back to season 1 with Louis, where she started at. Would we even be sitting here having this conversation about what you ain't gonna do for me if I hadn't have put you here? Like, come on, man. It's one person you should clearly show loyalty to, especially if you still gonna be tying on all this. Oh, I thought we was family, and now he doing this, that, and the third. Blase skip. No, you put yourself in that position with Franklin. You put yourself in an adversarial position. You sided with the ops.
Facts.
You literally sided with the ops. So I don't know what anybody expected. Veronique, CC, Louis, Jerome. I don't know what y'all expected or what fairy tale Jerome had in his head about being able to take these type of swings and still have these family, dynamics hold the way that they supposed to. Boy, you dealing with a gangster. You created a monster. He's not what? What? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
this shit is so silly. Y'all just thought y'all was about to run off on him.
He is nowhere near the character that he started off being. Like, originally, he was a very pragmatic thinker. He made his moves very calculated, and now he's just a thug like everybody else is. You know what I mean? He moves on emotion, and
now he's still smarter than the average Jimmy, but the problem that I have with Jerome is that on one side he's trying to treat his nephew like his nephew in terms of how he's expecting Franklin to respond. So, oh, don't touch my wife, don't come around here, don't steal from me, da 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 da. And it's like, boy, what? Huh? So you're the ops, Jerome.
Yeah.
You ran off with the plug. You ran with Reed. Instead of taking all this legit money I wanted to give you, these legit M's, y'all wanted to keep. You wanted to be a queen pin.
Oh yeah.
You wanted to sell crack in Little Rock.
Yep.
Right? That's what your aspirations was. I'm not judging you, but that's on you. And then didn't nobody tell you to go work with Reed either. Didn't nobody tell you to go get in bed with the CIA, especially the way you did it. Number one was behind my back. It wasn't like you had me introduce you to him or saying, hey, look, you out. I want to take over. Introduce me to Reed. You didn't do it like that. You went behind my back to do it. And number two, when I told you that this man robbed me for everything, he took everything from me. It's not your problem. Well, if that's not your problem, then your, random shootings outside of your houses and your stash spots, your money being missing, and me stealing your distributors is not mine.
Facts.
That's not my business. It's just business.
Facts. Polo Boy says, Louis a Jezebel. She led her man to his downfall. Tony Robinson, what is good?
What up, Tony Rob? No, she's running Jerome into the ground. She running him into the ground. She using him as an attack dog. It's like every time he wants to walk it back, she pressing his buttons. Oh, that's family. Oh, he a boy. Da 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 da.
She's manipulating
him. He put a gun in my head. Yo, fam, Louis, hello, Louis. He was running around the city looking for his $70 million, and you want to work for the man that stole it from him. On what universe are we going to go and have Sunday dinner together?
Facts.
What universe are we going to go sit down and have dinner together?
Yeah. K-Pop said Louis is the real villain. She got to go. I agree. I agree. She is literally fucking up Jerome's head and has him doing the most wild shit, and we'll
I
talk about
don't
that.
know if they're attempting to make it that way. I guess we'll see here in the coming episodes.
I think they're
I don't know if
definitely
that's where they're
intending to
leading
make.
us.
I think they're intending to make her a manipulator of Jerome for sure because her ambition is
Fam,
too out there now.
no one else is realizing that. Everybody, and I mean everyone except for Stacy, and we'll probably talk about this later. No one is
Who is
telling
Stacy?
Louis, not Stacy. I mean
Scully.
Stacy, but
Scully.
not Stacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stacy and Scully.
Yeah.
Stacy from the wood.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, no one is telling Louis that she's overstepping, that she
Yep.
made the wrong move, that she could have found another plug, that she, you could have helped Franklin try to get his money back from Reed. You could have mediated. Nothing. Nobody. Not Veronique. Not Cece. No one is turning back at them and being like, hey, yo, they really on some bullshit right now. Like, they really leaving you out to dry on this whole shit with Reed. So, like, what's up? I think I understand Cece's point of view because like if it all burns down, they get burnt down with it. That ain't our problem because they didn't want to take the legitimate route that we was trying to give them.
Facts.
But at the same time, she's not like, yeah, I know that they did wrong, but it's like, well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Franklin? You got to do it, Franklin. Franklin, you didn't have to do it this way. We could have did something else. Come on, Franklin. Come on, Franklin. No, man. Look, I don't know who y'all think y'all was fucking with, but he's not that guy. He's not the guy y'all think he is. He didn't get here by letting people walk over him or disrespect him or disrespect the things that they've done for him. Disrespect the paths that they blazed for him.
Yeah.
But he tears Unk's ass apart at the end of one of these episodes. It is deserving.
Look at you getting at me.
Go ahead, man. You go. Go ahead, man. Go.
Tony Robinson said something that we need to address right now. He said,
Okay.
"Return of Shiny Head Fred." Now I've seen this in Chillmonger's Live. Who is Shiny Head Fred? I feel like
Is he
that's a name.
am I shiny hair Fred?
No, that's
is
a
that
name.
me?
That's a name you came up with. I feel like maybe
Ooh.
Tony Robinson. You gotta give us answers. I just don't remember. I know I've heard it, but I don't remember. We gonna get the answers. We gonna get the answers. Anyway, Franklin pulls up to his new stash house with Veronique since Peaches fucked up the last one. Franklin shows Veronique that he robbed Louis and Jerome. Franklin needs to launder the money somehow. Veronique wants Franklin to admit he stole the money, but he has no plans of doing that and is adamant about her taking care of the money. She initially declines.
Okay, cool. You can go ahead and pretend that you ain't gonna launder this money. If you want, you can pretend, and and then I'll come back and ask you again later, and then you'll fly down to Miami. But it didn't even take all that. But I understand where she coming from because she like, hey, bro, I just ran away from you because you was in some bullshit, and now you came and scooped me up, and it's even worse. What you got going on?
Yeah.
At the same time, I was still thrown off by like everyone's insistence that Franklin be the one to make this right. It's like, yo, Franklin tried to make it right on his way out. He tried to do right by everyone, and she just wanted more.
Yeah.
She had to be the boss of her own drug game.
Yeah.
She was already making millions of dollars, and it wasn't enough.
And her ambition is going to drive a wedge between all her relationships, obviously. But we see that
Like
coming.
Jerome goes from just wanting to sell speakers to now you bludgeoning people to find out who stole you this and stole you that. Like, yo,
We've seen some of this in the last
that's
season too, though.
crazy.
We've seen some of that in the last
Sure. But then he was supposedly going to therapy for that because he didn't want to spaz out like that. Look how long that lasted.
I mean, we've known for this entire show that Louis is a special button for him, so it's going to take a lot of therapy to get over that. Also, it's Lisa's father. I forgot about him because he was barely in this episode. That's who he's talking about, Shiny Head Fred. Lisa's father in Bel Air, which we'll talk about later.
Oh, Fred.
I forgot.
Okay.
I
Oh,
forgot. Anyway, back to Snowfall. Franklin's got a private investigator, somebody from the Panthers, it looks like, somebody that his dad knew, looking into Peaches, Louis, Jerome, and Teddy, which I thought was crazy because I don't know if he's good enough to
I
watch
forgot
Teddy.
all about Peaches, fam. I
I didn't.
forgot all about
He's showing up
Peaches.
this season. He's definitely going to show up this
Like,
season.
like I thought they was just gonna let that die. I thought somebody wrote the AIDS storyline and was like, maybe we should
And he
stay
just
away from this
died.
one.
No, he's showing
They
up.
just let it go.
He's definitely
Okay.
going to show up. And this private
Is
investigator
he
is going to find him.
sick? Did he run off with some money? What are we thinking happened to homeboy?
I think that's a good bet. I think it's a good bet so far because we don't know too much about
What?
Peaches.
Which one is a good bet?
That
Like,
he's sick.
what?
That he's sick and that he ran off with the money because he's sick.
Is he sick?
Yeah.
That's damn. You don't think? First of all,
I
feel
don't
like
have that much
Franklin,
information, so I don't. I can't really.
Franklin is the only gangster I know that'll let you quit. Like
He
he didn't have
let Leon quit.
Leon the only one, and Leon ended up leaving anyways. Like off of that same conversation, he was like, "Yeah, Wanda, come on, bring your recovering self on with me to Africa, and let's see if we can get that flame back, girl."
Facts.
That's what he literally said to her. But um, not literally. But I don't know. He'll let you quit. I don't feel like Peaches. If you was down bad like that, you really could have just went to him and be like, hey, "Look, only got so much left. Only got so much time left,
Of
and
absence. I need to
need
talk
to bounce."
I need to talk to HR about my
The
leave of
HR.
absence. All right. So Dallas and Black Diamond were late pulling up on Franklin, and he pays for full-time babysitting help. Looks like they'll be pulling all-nighters. Well,
Right?
at least I
Like,
thought.
do you really have to run off on the guy who's going to pay you for a full-time babysitter when you're late to pick him up? Does that really sound like the boss you need to run away from
No.
because you're terminally ill?
No.
Now, if you terminally ill with something that's a little bit more taboo and you didn't know how he was going to react type thing, that's a little different. But, oh, yeah, I'm dying. I got to go on my last hurrah, and I know Franklin won't let me go. He'll kill me if I try to leave. That seems a little far-fetched. For Peaches.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Teddy has Parissa watching the premises. Apparently that didn't go too well, but we will actually talk about that in episode 2. He then pulls up on Avi's guy, who I don't remember him shooting him in the ear. I don't know why I don't remember that. But Teddy wants to help Leon find the men
he
that killed
shot
Avi.
by his ear. He didn't
Is that
shoot
what it
him in
was?
the ear. He shot it. He probably burst his eardrum.
Okay. I feel like I vaguely remember that, but I didn't really remember it when he started talking about it. I was like, what? Anyway, he wants to help him find the men that killed Avi, which is obviously the KGB. And he don't know if he can trust them all like that.
He know he can't trust him like that.
Yeah.
You know damn well he can't trust him. You better go tell him to go kick rocks.
Facts. Ephion00, did Peaches even have an illness to begin with?
He was sick.
We don't actually know for sure.
Sick before. He looked sick as hell. He was coughing.
Oh, he did cough. Did he cough? I think he did cough.
Yeah, he was coughing. He looked sick. He was sweating and shit.
This is what happens when you watch recaps and not the actual season. You forget little, small, minute things like that.
Yeah, man. He was sick before he disappeared. That's why I think, and you think about the time period, he probably got that shit.
Possibly. It's possible. Or he could have also been faking the coughing.
Side note, did you hear the story about somebody? Well, probably, but did you hear the story about somebody else being cured of AIDS?
Magic?
It was somebody in Germany. Nah, some white dude in Germany. But they're writing stories about it and talking about it on the news. Now, Dr. Savy said he cured AIDS. They had to march him in court to prove it. And he did.
It's one of those streams? It's one of those streams?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting.
That is very interesting. All right. Also in that scene, I thought it was hilarious that homeboy pulled out the gun and said, bang, and Teddy flinched out of his shoes. I thought that was hilarious. For what it's worth.
Because he knows damn well. Look, the you know what? So I went immediately from stressing over people asking Franklin to make things right with Louis and Jerome to being extra cringe with the attempt at humanizing Reed Richards at this point. Reed Richards,
I was like, who?
Teddy
Mr. Fantastic?
McDonald, Teddy McDonald. Um, yeah, them trying to humanize him. Please, they took someone of my love. I don't give a damn. I killed Alvin.
Facts.
I don't care about this weirdo. I don't care about this grunge porn liker over here. I don't care about that. I don't care about that at all. First of all, Reed, Teddy, whoever the hell you are not a likable figure. I don't care how many people you lose. I want her to have gotten deported or something, maybe not die because she ain't deserve all that. But something happened to her because, like, the hell with Teddy. That's what you get for helping this psychopath.
Facts.
I'm not gonna forget. You need a bullet, dog.
Dog.
Sure. You need a bullet.
He's gonna get it.
Man, how to scrap.
If Teddy doesn't get the bullet by the end of the season, is this a failed season 6?
If he survives out of this, oh man, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Please don't.
What if he doesn't get shot, but I guess they wouldn't arrest him.
They're on him. They're on him.
He has to get
They're
shot.
on him. They come at him from two different angles. He's probably gonna try to run at some point. They gotta get him.
Yeah, because the DEA and the KGB are on him now, so something's gotta happen. Something's gotta give.
And Franklin, the DEA, the KGB, and Franklin.
Yes, and Franklin. Yes, the one man army.
Hey, all right.
Franklin.
Sleep on saying if you
I'm
want to.
I'm not sleep on saying. I'm just saying.
Sleep on saying if you want to.
I'm just saying. There's the KGB and the DEA.
You acting like the man you dressed up like right now.
Where's the bitches? Where's the titties? Where's the motherfucking titties, nigga? Anyway, all right. I gotta rewatch season 5. Yes, you do, because that's where Peaches, he was sick as fuck. Franklin in the first episode of the season, every damn scene was just browbeat to be the honorable one. I got Teddy catching a slug from Franklin in honor of his father. Oh, wait. I got Teddy catching a slug from Franklin or his father.
Or his father? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. All right. Franklin left with over $3 million in product, I believe is what I heard. And Louis and Jerome are down bad after Franklin caught some bodies at the warehouse.
Gotcha.
And then Jerome calls Franklin and he doesn't answer. He's like, fuck that shit. I ain't talking to that nigga.
What's wrong with you? Yeah, don't call me, bruh. Buster. What's wrong with you? Loser, you know where it's at. Come get it back.
In blood. Sissy is still working. Oh, what?
Oh, no. Go.
Interrupted me about my. All right. Sissy is still worrying about Sissy is still working with the KGB. KGB homeboy wants to meet with Franklin expeditiously, obviously. Franklin pulls up on Big Dion. Dion clowns Dallas and Black Diamond, Wanda, and then talking big shit to the dude he's about to buy a whip from, which I thought was crazy. Homeboy is mad arrogant now. Uncle Jerome is selling to the Crips, but Franklin tries to undercut him at 10 a key. Boss moves.
First of all, the man can't do 10 times 12 in his head. He got to check with the calculator to figure out.
But when you got a calculator like that,
bam.
That man is a walking graphing calculator.
When you're dealing with like whole figures like that, it's easy. It was 12 times 10.
That man is a walking TI-80. All right, for all my calculus people out there.
Who's math checkout? All right, cool.
I'm just saying.
It was it started to show how Saint actually got to where he was at. He really had to top when his back was pressed, right? And you take things away from him and you threaten his livelihood. Now he has to get into survival mode. Now his best skills are at their finest, right? Everything is fine-tuned. Everything he does well is at his peak because he needs it to be to survive, to get out of all of this. So you dealing with him at his most dangerous right now. There is no situation where Louis and Jerome outmaneuver Franklin. If he wants to take that game back over, it's his. It's his. Y'all should have took the deal. What you tried to do 48 laws of power. You tried to supersede your master before you were able to, before he was weakened. You know what I mean? He wasn't weak for giving up. He wasn't weak for trying to get out. And you threaten that. You go ahead.
Do you have all 48 laws memorized?
I don't. I don't. I picked out the ones I think that applied most to me personally, and I kind of ran with it.
I was afraid. I didn't know if I could do the podcast anymore. You're about to
No,
just
no. I don't. I
swipe
don't
all
know
this
them
shit
all.
away from me. Like, swoosh, it's
I
my
don't know them
podcast
all.
now, nigga.
But some of them make a lot of sense, and that is one. When you're the Padawan, when you're the apprentice, you know what I'm saying? You have to acquiesce to your elder. First of all, it's in your best interest because you get the most knowledge that way when they feel like they're actually teaching you and they're not pushing something begrudgingly into your mind. Second of all, you never try to outshine or step out, or overdo your master or your mentor before it's time for that. You let them exalt you. You let them elevate you. You let your contemporaries and everyone around you do that for you. When you try to step out and supersede them, you usually get smacked back. You usually get smacked back.
Facts.
It's not a winning scenario.
Law 1 was never outshine the master,
There it
according
is.
to
Never outshine the
Ephion
master.
00. So, all right.
Don't outshine the master.
Franklin goes to check up on Kane, but also gives his people a chance to fuck with Louis and Jerome's business because he thinks he might have the drop on him.
Mm-hmm.
Louis meets up with Teddy to re-up. Teddy realized that Louis and Jerome canceled their honeymoon for the re-up. Louis snitches to Teddy about Franklin. She then asks for the bricks on consignment, and Teddy agrees, which he would have never done for Franklin.
Never done that for Franklin, number one. Number two, did you hear how she framed it? Someone stole all his money. No, Louis, he told you exactly who stole his money.
Yeah.
He told you who stole his money. You didn't give a damn. Don't play the fuck out of crazy standing in here and read face because you don't want to acknowledge it. Because you asking for a handout from this man. So you couldn't say nothing even if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But like it's really foul. It's like all of a sudden, oh, you get shot. So now everything that I've done ain't for you, it's for me, and I'm only making decisions for myself. So now you can't possibly go on working with me in the picture.
Yeah.
Okay? Even if any of that bullshit added up, you have to go work with Reed. I just told you he stole $70 million from me. You want to work with him? There's no earthly reason why you should even do that. It's not even in your best interest.
That's because her
Knowing what you
ambition
know.
gets in the way of her common sense in a lot of these situations.
It's really silly, dog.
Plus,
It's really silly.
she's way above her level anyway, right? Like, she is not Franklin, decidedly so. So,
No, she don't.
anyway, Veronique is looking
Honestly, she'd probably already be dead if it wasn't for Franklin.
That is a fact.
If you think about Claudia and now with Kane, you'd have been done with already.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
You'd have been dealt with.
Veronique is looking through paperwork. Franklin tries to explain why he did what he did, and she's still mad. Dion uses Franklin's offer to try to get cheaper keys from Jerome, but admits he'd rather buy from him. So they were selling at 12 a key, and he's trying to get 10 a key from him because he'd rather buy from Jerome and Louis.
Yeah, but you know what? And you know why Franklin is such a smart motherfucker? The only reason why he's able to give it up at 10 a key and know that he's going to buy it, because even if Jerome wanted to match, what he going to sell you? Some baby food? What he gonna sell you? We just took it all, boy. I got it. You don't. I know you can't match it because you ain't got nothing to sell. You don't even got no money for a re-up.
Facts.
So yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yup. Go if he can match 10 a key. Go ahead and keep shopping with him because I know damn well he ain't got nothing to sell you.
Big facts.
And by the time it get to you and you tell him that I stole it, he not gonna want to deal with none of that. He just want the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
He just want the drugs. He's not that loyal to you. All that OG stuff for the birds. He's not that loyal. He's loyal to the price. He's loyal to the ticket.
That's a fact. Teddy speaks to his unofficial boss from the CIA about getting a gun connect and some more funds, but he doesn't really have the leverage because he's unofficially doing work for the CIA. So, good luck. Sorry, I can't help you. Teddy then spills his heart out to Oso about Franklin and his family issues, and then apologizes in general for all.
In true KKK fashion, oh, those people, they don't even know enough to stop killing each other.
Facts.
You stole $70 million from Franklin, and then you start selling to his auntie, who he had just recently split from in a business sense. You are the devil. You the devil. And then you turn around there, sitting up there talking about all those people don't know enough. No, you are literally the descent that was sold into this family from day one, since you kidnapped this man.
Which is why Sissy wonders later on, in I think the next episode, if maybe this is all his plan anyway. But we'll hold on that till later. Veronique ends up going to supposedly launder the money for Franklin, and she's dressed to the nines, which he doesn't expect, obviously.
She looks much better this season. Y'all give her props. Y'all drug her through the mud last season. Y'all prop her up now because she looks much nicer this season.
She looks alright. He then tells her that he loves her, but she says, I know you do.
I know you do.
I know.
Well, again, she's just giving him shit because you were supposed to be retired, family. This was supposed to be over. This was supposed to be over with.
Facts.
I don't even know what we're talking about right now. You were supposed to be done. This is Giselle and Tom Brady right now. You tripping, dog. You tripping.
Yikes. All right.
It went from a retirement gift to launder this money in Miami for me before we die. Like,
Polo Boy just commented something. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it at a certain point. Just hold that thought. Loser ass Buckley is back and giving Louie advice about how she needs to move. Not all that helpful since he ain't even officially with the LAPD anymore.
Fam,
so shut your mouth.
You must love coke more than you love your life. Because you gonna go out there and you gonna fuck with these people who got guns and kill people for money, and you don't have a badge to stand behind. Oh, you's a dummy.
Dumbass.
You're a dummy. We about to touch you, boy. What's wrong with you? And you an ex-cop. You probably put some of these people in jail, and now you don't have the protection of a oh boy.
You have no leverage in the situation. Your leverage was the fact that you were with the cops. You're not with them anymore. So
and these dummies that's willing to pick up the phone for you and show up when you need them to is only gonna take one shitty situation. Probably the one that ends up happening in episode 2 is going to make them never come back and mess with you again. I'm not playing party to a murder from a person who's not a cop anymore.
That was episode 1. We'll talk about that in a second.
Was that 1? Okay.
Yeah, I know. The way they did it, I was like, oh, the episode's over. And then I go back and I'm like, oh, it's still going. But anyway, yes, I agree with everything you just said, though. But apparently, obviously, he does have a tiny bit of leverage because he got the cops to go do that shit. But we'll talk about that in a second. Frank calls Jerome back and clearly has a gripe with how Jerome is seeing this whole thing, considering Louis robbed him of a plug. So now him robbing them is just getting even. So
I mean, look. I mean, what do y'all want to talk about? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Because again, you took the plug. And on top of that, really taking the plug is not my problem. It's the way you went about it. Yep. The way that you went about it let me know that you were trying to be deceitful. Mm-hmm. What confirmed me that you were being deceitful is that you wouldn't help me when that man stole from me. Because if he would have did the same to you in the beginning of your relationship, you would have been calling to me, wouldn't you have? Wouldn't you? You'd have come to me in some way, shape, or fashion looking for help. So it's the fact that you lied to me to get this done in the first place, and then you compounded it after this man robbed me. You're continue to work with him, and you don't give a damn what happened. See, that's where I'm getting this confusion of, oh, well, we supposed to be loyal to family. Well, that's not, none of that is loyal to family. Yeah. None of that.
And you started the shit.
And as much as Franklin could have went another way, it could have went another way. They both could have zigged when they should have zagged.
Yep. Louis then tells Jerome that Franklin pulled a gun on her and threatened to kill her in an obvious move to control him.
Snitch.
Facts.
I don't know if he would have killed Louis or not. But I know for sure she only said that shit to get Jerome riled up.
Yes. Yep. Dallas and Black Diamond clearly haven't hired that full-time help yet, so the kids accompany them on a job with Franklin.
Yo.
Which was wild. Teddy gets a call and it ends up being Parissa in jail, which we will explore in episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oso pulls up on DEA Tony unannounced, and he's concerned about Teddy's moves. DEA Tony reassured him, and Oso then dips out. Franklin then meets up with Sissy, and she tells him that the KGB wants to meet up with him. Franklin hesitates, and Sissy tells that nigga to stand up. The USA don't fuck with you, fam. Stand the fuck up. Sissy balled out in that part, and I agree with Effion 00.
That monologue,
fire.
Ooh.
Fire.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so we putting that up there with the scene with Lee in the car. It was better than what they tried to do at the end of season 5 with the inner monologue thing. She killed at shit.
No, there was a scene. Well, the scene with Franklin and Louis at the end of season 5 was fire too. If you remember,
Franklin and Louis. Oh, where they was dancing at the wedding.
No, the part where they were at that like gas station or whatever, and I think that was the part where he pulled the gun on her. That was crazy too. We might have to go back and visit it. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, we'll run it back. But right now, the 2 scenes that standing out to me all time for Snowfall is the obvious one, Franklin and Lee in the car talking about Man Boy, and then this one.
Sure.
So you with me, Saint?
Sure.
You got cold feet. It sounded like she wanted to say nigga at the end of that. She wanted to be like, you got cold feet, nigga.
Facts.
Stand up. Stand up.
All right. Dallas and Black Diamond. You better
get off your knees.
Yikes. Dallas and Black Diamond get pulled over, and Jerome gets out of the car and starts asking questions. Jerome socks one of them out, and the other one begs for her mercy, considering she has a whole ass kid at home. Relax, nigga. Yo. Already starting to see how Louis' manipulation is obviously fucking him up.
Can we track this for a second?
That's the last note I got.
Jerome is enraged because he pulled a gun on his woman.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can, I'm not going to hop ahead too far, but it will. Apparently to Jerome, that makes him a scandalous bitch-ass person.
I'm not going to jump too far, and then I'm going to jump to the end of...
Not too far.
All right.
But that upsets Jerome. Well, let's just say, we know for a fact it upsets him.
Yes.
But you're going to murder a woman because of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What's going on? We're going to bludgeon this woman to death over some information she didn't even end up having because Franklin threatened your woman. So kill a woman because Franklin threatened your woman.
It doesn't make sense in real life, but plot wise, it just goes to set in stone how crazy Louis makes him, how irrational Louis makes him, which I'm here for. Because he needs to.
What the club owner had her on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Had her on drugs. Like had her strung out. Took her from you.
Facts.
I ain't see you shoot, punch, kick. Not a single person. You sat at home crying.
Mm-hmm.
But you killed Black Diamond. That was some bitch assness.
Well, to be fair, we don't know.
No bitch assness.
We don't know that she's dead yet.
Yes, we do.
It's not episode 2 yet.
Damn! Everybody who is watching this live watched the episode.
Fair. All right. Cool. Whatever. Anyway, shout out to Polo Boy for giving us our first donation of 2023. Shout out for the $1.91. We appreciate you, boy.
Appreciate it, Polo.
Huge not shout out to my dad for hating on my fresh. You know what I'm saying?
It's something.
He hating. Hating on my fresh. Just because you can see the tag in here don't mean nothing. I'll just, All right. Episode 2?
Yes, let's do it.
Even though you already gave up all of episode 2?
Now,
Anyway,
continue.
Snowfall season 6 episode 2, The Sit Down. KGB man went after Parissa after Teddy set off her walkie-talkie. Seems she may have bumped her head, and then as she's trying to get home, the boys in blue pick her up, which I thought was kind of crazy.
That was the flukest situation ever.
Yeah.
And Reed doesn't deserve it. Don't deserve it. They should have took her and chopped off her pinky toe and sent it to him.
Facts.
That's what should have happened. I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of stuff working out for him.
I'm tired of things working out for Louis, but whatever.
He was you know what was so funny? He was talking all that craziness, oh, they can't stop or tear each other apart. Didn't your daddy used to whoop your ass? What are you talking about?
Didn't you ruin their lives and probably your family's life? Your wife and kid don't want nothing to do with you. Like, relax.
Because he's a deadbeat. Oh my God.
Facts.
You gotta love the pushing of stereotypes for Franklin and his from that guy. That's irony right there.
Mm-hmm. After picking her up from jail, Teddy wants to take Parissa to the hospital, but she just wants some sleep. She tells Teddy that she got a good look at KGB man, which kind of sets up some things for later on. Louis and Jerome are discussing what went down with Dallas and Black Diamond, and Jerome admits, yeah, I might have killed her, so we might have a new body in our hands. Alright. Franklin comes down to the hospital to try to find Black Diamond, and Dallas tells him that Big Dion must have put Jerome on that play. That's when the doctor comes in and insinuates that Black Diamond is indeed gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Because what would he have to gain from doing that? If the point of buying from Franklin was to get your tenor key, if that was the point, what would you have to gain from giving them up to Jerome?
Yeah, you already secured the tenor key. You don't need to do anything else.
And then if I'm Jerome and Louis and I know I knocked them out in some type of way, why would I sell to you at tenor key again? Why would I do that? You ain't got nowhere else to go, fam. So right back to that 12.
Facts.
You just helped me take out my competition. Thanks. How's 12 key sound?
Yeah. Yep.
So like it doesn't really line up as to why he would do that. I mean, I guess logistically it works because they were the only ones that really knew about the spot, but they didn't catch them at the drop. They caught them driving away.
Yeah.
Stop playing with that shit.
What you mean? What? I had to get it straight. All right. Franklin has to pull up on KGB man, but it doesn't seem like his head is all the way in it yet. Oso pulls up to DEA Tony and his people. Tony brought his people because he doesn't want Oso swarming him with his Mexican buddies. I thought that was kind of crazy. Teddy wakes up Parissa, and she's still noticeably fucked up from her drop. Teddy made this bitch a PB&J because he all in love and shit. Bro has some woman setting up shit in the living room, which at the time I didn't know what it was, but she's obviously a sketch artist.
Yeah, I don't think it's love because he's a sick, sadistic bastard. So he wanted to force her to get that image out of her head as fast as possible before she forgot it. That's what it was all about.
That part. But the PB&J, that was love.
You want some PB&J? No. You want something to eat? It'll make you feel better so you can do the sketch. Come on. I really want to do it right now if you're up to it. Come on.
But he wanted to take her to the hospital originally, though. So what was... He
loved
her at some level.
It wasn't until he knew that she got a look at him because he didn't know at first until she said something.
She did say that right after. All right, that's fair.
Oh, you seen him? Well, fuck that hospital. Come on, we got to sketch.
All right. Franklin meets up with KGB man at the same museum that Oscar Isaac worked at in Moon Knight. Franklin lets KGB man know that Sissy is all in on taking down the CIA, but Franklin wants to know how KGB man feels. And with that, KGB man tells him he believes that the U.S. shows devotion to freedom, but murders and oppresses its citizens. Franklin then explains that all he really wants is Teddy alive. KGB man needs proof on the CIA moving work to make it happen. Then, was there a microphone or some shit in the case? Because that's where he started talking, and I assume he recorded it then and there. But they didn't show what was in the case.
Yeah. Also, I don't trust dude, especially how he was with Javi.
Yeah.
I don't trust guy. I don't trust him at all. And Franklin got a lot of stuff going on. He don't have time to keep his eye on the KGB man all that close. He just doesn't. He's got too many other things moving and going. So like I feel like he's low key in jeopardy working with this guy, but at the same time, it's like if you got a figure, a CIA agent like Teddy McDonald on you, you kind of have to have some sort of help governmentally. Like you got to have some sort of agency behind you because his resources are too vast.
Yeah. Yep. Facts.
So
Also,
I can see it.
Also, KGB man wants specific proof, obviously. And Franklin said he can't make it happen because he stopped selling coke for Teddy 2 days ago. And at that moment, I realized, Jesus Christ, we're moving really fast because all this shit happened apparently within that 2 days.
Within 2 days, yeah, it was no time jumps at the beginning of this season at all whatsoever. Which I feel like that's if you think a little bit deeper, Franklin, it ain't nothing. Nothing. All them trips y'all took and them plans. You don't have no pictures. You don't have anything.
He gotta have something.
Nothing.
He has such a relationship with the second Teddy. Well, I forgot what the fuck his name was.
The new guy
he has nothing with Teddy, the guy he's been working with for way longer. Come on, bro.
Well, they never had that type of relationship, but at the same time, like you don't have no like flight manifest, flight records. You don't have anything linking Reed or Teddy to any product at all. Nothing.
Yeah. Polo Boy wants to know what's Franklin's play ratting out the Russians to Teddy and Oso, which happens later on in the episode. He didn't write him out to Teddy though. He didn't write him out to Teddy. He might give him some information on him to Oso specifically.
Yeah, he's not going to write him out to Teddy. I think he's dangling it over Teddy's head, or excuse me, over Oso's head, because Oso's interested and Oso knows where Reed is. So if Oso can help Franklin find Reed, he's like, shit, yeah, I'll tell you who he is. You don't want to know. I'm telling you right now, you don't want to know. You don't want no parts of this. You might want to just leave it alone until you decide for sure. Put that shit in your pocket. Don't show it to nobody else. But I'll tell you, I mean, what is he gonna do with the information? Tell the DEA? What the hell is the DEA gonna do?
Stop KGB, man. Hopefully.
The DEA. Who would the DEA call in terms of a foreign national being here fucking shit up? Who would they call?
But he don't know that.
No. Who would they call?
I have no idea. I'm just saying. I don't think.
They would probably call the CIA. They would probably call the goddamn CIA.
That's fair. We will return to this momentarily.
Okay. All
right. Sissy asks Franklin what he really wants, and he admits he wants his family back and the life he made for himself, because goddamn it, Louis is fucking that up. Sissy then explained that the beef between Louis, Jerome, and Franklin may be exactly what Teddy wants. Sissy wants Franklin to talk to Jerome.
This is bullshit. Could have called your brother and asked him to talk to me first.
That is true. Mm-hmm. Well, which she ends up doing, but
it's just really weird that the expectancy of Franklin to fix all of it is they always expect him to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Fix this.
Well, he was Mr. Fix It when the money was coming in, so it only makes sense that he'd still be Mr. Fix It.
They always expect him to do it. It's like, yo, I'm not the only one involved in this. It takes two to tango. I'm not arguing with myself.
It's like your friend who always checks up on you, but you don't ever check up on him, type deal. You know, so that's what he is. That's the role he signed up for, unfortunately. Anyway,
yes.
V and Franklin discuss what happened with Black Diamond, and then V admits that Sissy is right for wanting to have a sit down with Jerome. Apparently, Kane wakes up and wants to talk with Franklin, so that all happens in that little scene there.
Hey, Nick, you tripping too, bro?
Yeah.
You tripping too?
She always tripping. Anyway, can someone please explain to me why Jerome was talking to that deaf man as if he himself was deaf? I thought that was weird. It was that, hey, but then he also started talking to him like this. I was like, really, bro? That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Hey, yo, did you catch the little line? He was like, everybody gotta have some side scratch. What the fuck are you talking about?
That was hilarious.
When you say something in front of the homies, you know you weren't supposed to say it because you were in trouble.
Was that
That's
homeboy
funny
who
as
was
hell.
ass he beat and then now he's deaf, or
No, 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 no,
no?
no, no. This
Okay.
is a. It seems like a carrier from Arkansas. That's what they said.
Oh yeah, they did mention. Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, it's a carrier from Arkansas. A boy, a family man. He said I got to get back home by Saturday for my son's
Yeah.
birthday.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, like, yo, family man, gangster. What the hell?
Hell no.
I
Okay.
tell him you about to be late.
Right. Feon00 says, if that were happening in theory, Reed would be in deep trouble since he is working off the books. And Reed's guy would be in trouble as well since he knows what's going
They
on.
would be forced to burn him. They'd be forced to burn him. Disavowing we don't know nothing about this. And now local authorities, anybody could arrest Reed. And they'd be like, we don't know nothing about this man.
Hey, yo,
We don't know nothing about him.
sometimes this looks like a hairnet, like a lunch lady hairnet. And then sometimes I have an angle that makes me look like the golden voice, Ted Williams. And I don't like it. I don't like it.
Don't disrespect Ted.
Sometimes it has that. All right, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna stop looking at it, but it looks crazy. I'm aware. I'm
Sometimes
aware
I
how crazy I
wish
look.
rain my. That's what you, the 5 heartbeats. That's what it is. Sometimes I wish rain would fall.
And then sometimes I'm giving sexual chocolate too with this shit.
Yikes!
I'm not gonna lie. I know what I look like. I know I look crazy, but I had to get in character.
It's like
Yes,
blackmail Betty
I
Crocker.
look like Randy Watson. I know. I'm aware, but I had to get in character.
You look like blackmail Betty Crocker.
Where's the titties? Where's the bitches? Slap your daddy. All right, I'm back in the character. Okay, cool. All right.
You look like Pinky's cousin. Hey, this your cousin.
Good. Well, you fine.
You fine too. He
right.
fine too.
All right. Kane feels like he's getting played because Franklin can't give him the drop on Jerome and Louis. Franklin is probably hesitant because things may work out after all with Jerome, at least at this sit down. But Kane is not playing that shit. Get me the drop because them niggas shot at me and now my dick don't work, according to him. That's what he said. I'm just quoting him.
Look, it's when all of that stuff happened to Franklin, he had two choices. He had sink and drown, or grab the next closest boat and throw whoever is on it overboard and try to swim to shore. Try to paddle to shore.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the only options that they left him with because no one cast him a helping hand when he was going through his shit. But then everybody else expected him to just sit back and not take no swing. Well, you got a taste of that medicine. So now he's caught in between a rock and a hard place because his woman and his mom want him to talk to Jerome, but I didn't already set the shit in motion. I didn't already told him it was Louis.
Yep.
I already told him who it was.
Yeah. Yep.
But honestly, who was most likely to have done it? Who didn't you talk to, fam? Leon and Franklin came and talked to you and hollered at you and tried to squash shit. Did Louis or Jerome?
Nope.
And it's probably not hard to ask around and see where the curly head cokehead is getting his drugs from.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna take you long to track him back to Louis and Jerome. So there's absolutely no reason why the conventional wisdom should have been, how'd he know? It must have been Franklin that told him.
Thanks. DEA Tony pulls up to Teddy's spot with Oso. Oso gets a page from Teddy, and he was going to tell him that he's with his family, but Tony says, nah, tell him that you're at the spot because it needed maintenance, and Oso was there to take care of it. Teddy says he wants Oso to leave the spot right away and meet him at the warehouse as he's holding a picture of KGB Man that obviously came from Paris's description.
Mm-hmm.
I would be inclined to believe that Teddy would have felt weird about Oso doing maintenance because Teddy's antenna didn't go up about Oso just showing up at the spot. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
As paranoid as he's been lately, nothing. Okay.
Well, he trusts Oso, which is good because Oso gonna probably he gonna be able to get the drop on him.
That's a fact. Jerome and Louis pull up on Scully. Scully has advice about the shit that they got going on. Jerome is getting paged like a motherfucker. Scully hands him a hamburger phone so he can answer. Then he tells him to fix the shit before Karma fucks them up. Then he hands them paper cranes and they dip.
Shout out to my boy Stacy.
Scully.
Shout out to my boy Stacy Scully.
Stacy Scully. Okay, all right.
Stacy Scully. Stacy from the wood. Because he the only one. He's the only one that's able to say, hey, maybe y'all should go talk. Maybe you should think about the way you're handling things. Maybe you're not the right one. Hallelujah, somebody.
It took him to experience tremendous tragedy to get to this point, but yes, shout out to Scully, Stacy Scully.
And the fact that he's still scared of Kane and he might not ever walk again says something about who they dealing with. So,
Yep.
Yikes.
Louis tries to convince Jerome not to go to Sissy's dinner because she feels Franklin is working with Kane, but she fails to convince him. Then she drops the paper crane. Said paper crane can symbolize honor, good fortune, loyalty, and longevity, as well as peace. Clearly, this means that all of that shit is out the window for Louis. Just thought that was a little bit of symbolism.
It was never in the window. She wouldn't have done half the shit that she had done if she wasn't okay with conflict with Franklin.
Sure. But
She
now
hadn't
she's
already
confirming.
accepted that as an eventuality, then she wouldn't have taken the moves that she's already taken thus far. So it doesn't surprise me that she would make another step towards aggression.
Facts. Nice background you got going on over there.
Hello, bro.
We finally get to meet Veronique's scamming ass mama as she's gambling at chips in Koreatown or Korea. We don't know whether this is in America or if it's overseas. We don't know.
They heard that when you got a private jet, you could be anywhere. Yeah. She probably could have pulled up to Beijing.
You know what I mean?
Doing this shit.
But they did give us indication that the people around her were obviously of Asian descent.
Mm-hmm.
Veronique breaks down the whole situation with Franklin, the entire situation with him, as she attempts to enlist her mama's help. She's unconvinced to kind of help her until V mentions $73 million.
That made them attendants jump up, didn't it?
It sure did, but you know, she's a scammer. That's what gets her attention. I feel weird about the random cutaways that they did to the dealer and the other person playing dominoes. I just thought they were hinting at something, but it didn't really seem like they were listening either, so I wasn't really sure what was going on with that. She then gives her chips to the other player, and then she dips out.
He said, "Oh, 73 million here. Here go a couple racks.
Here go these chips.
You take that. Yeah, take this little shit. Take that.
Especially with the percentage she's trying to ask for, but I'm talking about
I think we predicted that her mom was going to play a role here in this final season because she was getting mentioned a lot. She was getting a lot of name drops with no recognition on screen, so it just seemed like it was going to be a setup for this season. I don't think that they've tipped their hat yet so far on showing us who this character actually is.
But I'm glad they actually showed her so far and kind of delved into their chemistry and delved into what, you know. So before I get into Polo Boy's comment that he made earlier, Effion00 says that paper crane looked like a black swan, which would be interesting because I'd be interested to see who said Black Swan would be, you know, symbolically speaking. All right. Polo Boy says, why her mama looks so much better, they should have casted her. Casting her is a little nuts, but the mama did look better. Veronique didn't come from mama.
She's a very familiar actress. I've seen her a lot. I mean, the age difference is probably...
she's kind of giving great value Pam Grier, but Pam Grier is so fire that even being great value Pam Grier can kind of work for you.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Her daddy must have been touched.
Something.
Very neat daddy was touched. But again, she looks much better this season, so y'all need to give her her props.
Yeah, they had to dress her up literally to get her to look better. But all right.
They all dressing up.
That's a fact.
Like homeboy, what is his name? His name D-Boy. His dude that took over for Leon.
Dion. Big Dion.
That sweatsuit he had on with the leather stripes in it. It was like the green, almost Coogee kind of multi-pattern, multi-patched joint had the leather stripes in it. Hey, them joints was hard, bro.
He was checking out Big Dion.
He might have to come up off that. You feel me?
Pause.
Hey, that's how we go in the jungle. You feel me? You take
Yo!
everything. You take everything, dog. So run that shit. Run that shit right now.
All right. Anyway.
About to make me black mask up in this bitch.
Yo. All right. Franklin attempts to give Black Diamond's son some money for the ice cream truck, and the son says, and I quote, "Get that fucking blood money out my face. That shit won't bring my mama back."
Jesus Christ. He did not say that.
He said that verbatim. That was the quote he said.
Damn. Now I'm fucked up. I gotta fix my do-rag. I'm playing around too much.
Well, yeah, you know, I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Jesus. Hold on.
Bruh.
Hold on.
Can't believe I'm talking
Entertain the people.
Green screen.
Entertain the people.
Christ. Yo, what's up, people? How y'all like my wig? My wig is fire. You can admit it. It's okay.
It's not.
You're not supposed to talk. You're not on screen anymore. Matter of fact.
Bad, bro.
Yeah. So the wig is, it's fire, right? See, I got a spray bottle, but I didn't bring it with me, so I don't have it, so I can't do the whole. They squabbling out here now. They squabbling out here. You know, he said that.
It's full of soul glow.
They said that. Relax. They said that during the Chris Rock Will Smith slap. So I figured I'd bring the spray.
They squalling out here. That's what they said.
That's when he said that on a live. So I figured I'd do it, but I don't have the spray now.
All right, we back.
And you are all super loud. Oh no, you're good. All right, cool. I feel like the symbolism from season 1 where he was the community. Oh, they were trying to show that like he was a huge community figure early on, and now obviously the kids don't even want to take money from him for ice cream. That was a very astute observation, Polo Boy. I agree with that.
Well, when the bodies start dropping, people start losing they mothers and they fathers to this drug. It ain't. I don't want your candy money no more.
Yeah. Yep. Facts.
I'm good. They shot up my grandma's house last night. I don't want your fucking bubble gum and ice cream cones.
Yeah, but that was really happening. I mean, think about it like this. Think about how the Crips started. The Crips were supposed to be a community enforcement,
community action,
and then they became demons on the community. Like
but then again, you have to talk about the leadership that was displaced within those organizations and what happened for them to change course and go from what was supposed to be, like you said, a community action group instead of a gang. Or a gang that was for community action as opposed to drug dealing and turf wars.
Yeah. Facts. All right. Dallas meets with Franklin inside and explains the pact that Dallas and Black Diamond had. So now she has to dip from all this shit. The quote was obviously... the quote that I gave was obviously fake because the little boy doesn't even know about Black Diamond yet because she's telling the little boy like...
Yo... She's sitting over here talking about, yeah, we made a deal. If one of us die, we gonna just take the kids and run. No revenge, no nothing. So you mean you about to leave and you ain't even told this little boy his mama dead yet?
Crazy.
Man, what are we doing? Where are we going?
Right. It's gonna be a hard conversation. All right. Sissy makes her mama special for Jerome. After a story about their parents fighting over a car that their dad bought, and Sissy remembering the memory a little bit differently than Jerome did, Sissy explains that she wants Jerome to obviously meet with Franklin. So obviously she finally tells him to, meet with Franklin, as opposed to telling Franklin to meet with Jerome.
God bless her for setting it up, I guess.
Yep. Veronique thinks her mama helping would be a good move, but obviously Franklin is a little hesitant, so eventually he's gonna have to meet up with her. Teddy asks also about KGB Man. He doesn't remember right away, but Teddy allows him to keep the picture, which we'll also come back to. Franklin meets Veronique's mama at Woody's barbecue. Throughout the convo, Veronique's mama proves to be somewhat worthy because she clearly did some of her homework and utilizing her experience in the field. She wants 20%, and Frank tries to skate by offering homegirl the typical finder's fee of 5%. She claims there's nothing typical about this situation, so back the fuck up.
At all, fam.
But then they attempt to settle on 10%, and she wants her grandchild and obviously her daughter in her life, which, sentimental. I like it. I like it.
It's a play. She gonna steal all that shit. She's going to take all of that shit.
She is scammer supreme, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
She gonna leave just enough money in there for a college fund for that baby, and she gonna be living high, sipping Mai Tais somewhere on the
Considering
beach.
the conversation with Veronique didn't really go anywhere until she mentioned the $73 million. Yeah, I think that's pretty.
She was all like, I don't know. What about the guy? What is he doing? How much money are we talking about? 70 million? Ciao. She.
Facts.
We out.
Facts.
We out.
All right. Oso makes it home, and upon looking at the fridge, he finally realizes where he knows KGB Man from. The wedding. How lucky that bro was not only in the corner of this random picture taken, but that Oso somehow managed to notice his face on the fridge. Hell, they're lucky they even kept this picture from the wedding. I thought that was crazy. Like, it's a random ass picture, and he happens to be someone in the middle, and Oso just happened to recognize it. Like,
hours later while he's sitting at the table.
Man was like dead sleep, and then went,
I got it, Carlton.
All right. KGB Man is playing the tape from Franklin to boss KGB Man. They're about to do some surveillance on Oso, apparently. Franklin meets Oso at a wrestling match, bringing the relationship full circle from when they met. Oso wants to know who KGB Man is. Franklin tells him that he knows KGB Man, but he needs Teddy in return first. He then offers Oso $10 million. For what it's worth, Franklin is now in the hole $17 million out of the $73 million. Just wanted to throw that out there. Also, the man in the ring got unmasked, which is a symbol to kind of show that Oso is probably feeling a little exposed.
Yeah, this is the first time he's ever been in this vulnerable of a position. You got to think, when Oso been running with the cops since season 1. Mm-hmm. He been sitting pretty. He ain't been really in the shit. The most in the shit he got was last season when he was running around and they got caught in that tiger cage with Franklin. Other than that, he been living pretty.
Yeah. Yep. Facts. I mean, he don't got Lucia no more, but, you know, he's been living pretty.
He could have found her. He gave up. He didn't even go look for her.
Yeah. All right. Sissy pulls up to the Veterans Building where there are a bunch of vets drinking and doing drugs outside. She then attempts to clean the place up, which maybe she's feeling guilty for some of the things that Jerome has said and, you know, that have just been brought up in general.
Damn, you ain't even going to tell him to take that shit up the street? You just going to let him... You gonna let him smoke the glass dick right there on the steps, huh? Right on the stoop.
Sir, you're in the shot.
Excuse me, sir. Don't let me interrupt you.
Sir, you're in the shot. Can you take that down the block, please? I'm trying to clean up this place. I'm trying to, you know, have a nice little paradigm shift here. Anyway, Franklin meets Jerome at the diner, and Jerome explains his life story in LA and how he wanted to be there for Franklin, but somewhere along the lines he feels he fucked up and even calls Frank a bitch-made nigga. Franklin explains that he made Jerome, but Jerome doesn't see it that way. After Franklin calls Louis a trick and a bitch, Jerome socks Franklin twice. That's when Franklin pulls a gun on Jerome in front of everybody. Jerome tells bro to shoot him, which obviously he doesn't. And then this marks kind of the end of the pragmatic thinker and more of the acts on emotion in Franklin. But that's kind of what I took from it.
Damn. He smacked the taste out of Franklin's mouth.
Twice.
Wow! He said, don't you ever put your hands on... Wow! Shut up, punk! You ain't gonna do nothing!
It's the second... Well, second... I remember he beat his ass in season 4.
They fought because he was gonna go try and shoot at Black Diamond in them, I think, because they had just hit Louis.
Yep.
So
it wouldn't be the first time,
man, that
he had to feel his wrath.
Don't you ever put your hands on Swamp Boy? Shut up, punk! That was funny.
Franklin was funny. Getting his ass whooped, but got the nerve to pull the gun on Jerome.
Jerome, I'm gonna make it very simple for you, brother. If Franklin would have got robbed, right? Somebody that was supposed to be his boy wouldn't help him get it back and would start working for the guy that stole the money from him. What would you have told him to do to you? it wouldn't have been no thieving. We wouldn't have been stealing shit. You would have told him to go shoot that man.
Yep.
You'd have told him to go put him down. He ain't got no loyalty to you. He loyal to him. He's with the other side. He's an op. Y'all been operating like Franklin's ops this entire time and expected some measure of loyalty, even though you showed him none. You've only ever showed him contempt.
That is a fact.
It's always, you've only ever shown contempt for the things that have gone wrong and the decisions that he's made that haven't played out. You've never thanked him for what he did for you. Can we please run it back to where Jerome was selling $10 bags of weed from his kitchen table, and shit, Louis was essentially tricking with her ex.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Now, I could have left y'all to y'all lives, stayed completely out of it, which is what you seem to want now, and you would have been right there where you at. Shit, you probably would have been somewhere getting punched by Claudia. Jerome would have been God knows where.
Selling dime bags.
And I'd have been up. So excuse me for making something out of y'all. Excuse me for even putting y'all in a position where y'all can feel some type of way about the money that you're not getting.
Yeah. Yep.
You over here complaining, having rich people problems. Like they really like bitching over rich people problems, and they're willing to isolate themselves from their family member to do so, which is crazy.
Facts. All right, my dad says, I love the way they ended the episode with War singing Slipping into Darkness, because that's where Franklin in the neighborhood is headed. They did a lot of good work in this one.
In the darkness.
I was just going to let you have your moment. I think they did a lot of good work in episode 1 and 2. Obviously, very fast paced, got right into the meat of everything very quickly.
Yes,
which is
for sure.
exactly what we wanted. But I kind of felt like they were doing that with season 5 and season 6. Like they were kind of slowing up on season 5 to give us season 6, which is going out with a bang. So, we will
Agreed.
Any other thoughts on episode 1 and 2?
Man, you know what? I like that they did so much in this first 2 episodes dealing with Franklin, Louis, and Jerome, because it gets a lot of that. I think what was going to be the most frustrating part of the season to get through, and they did a lot of the work in the first 2 episodes. So now I feel like we can spend a little bit more time on the intrigue between the KGB, the DEA, the CIA. Like there's a lot of political overtones going on this plot right now. It's not that we don't have time for the family dynamics, but they're annoying and they don't make very much sense to me. So I would rather see the go catch Reed stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
and I think that's how they're probably going to end it.
Yeah.
To be honest. I think they have to.
I don't think they end up killing each other per se, but they got to come to some sort of resolution so that we can all decide that, Teddy McDonald is the problem. So let's just, make that leave. Make that go away.
Yep. All right. So episode 3, the only info I have on it so far is that Leon and Wanda return from Ghana to a very different world than the one they left behind. I think either both Leon...
Where did they go for like 3 days or something?
Yeah, that's crazy. It must have been.
You went to Ghana for 3 days and came back?
Must have been. Because it's only been 2 days. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Went to Ghana over the weekend. Like an 18-hour flight for a long weekend.
That is crazy. All right. I think either Leon and Wanda are both, or Wanda is probably herself. But at least 1 or 2 of them are dying.
Oh, are going to die.
Yeah, not immediately, but through the course of the season, either Wanda or both of them are going to die. And the only reason I'm saving Leon is because Leon's he's a favorite of everybody. But
yeah, I hope not. I hope Lee make it out.
What's going to happen? I'm gonna tell you right now. Big Dion and Leon, I didn't realize their names rhymed until just now. They are going to clash because Big Dion is clearly arrogant as shit, and Leon is going to want his spot back, and they're going to clash, and that may lead to Wanda either getting capped or somehow both of them. Their story is going to end tragically, I think. Just
But see, I
throwing
don't.
that out
What would
there.
Lee have to gain from coming to try to grab the game? That like, what are we doing there?
Honestly, if Big Dion kills Wanda, I don't think he's going to want the streets back after that.
No, I'm saying even preemptively, like, why would he come back to try to take the spot back? He probably just came back because he was done with vacation. Oh, maybe he was gone and he was only supposed to do it while he was gone, and now Dion want to keep his shit because he fell in love with being king for two
Yeah,
days.
well, we have to see how they play the whole time thing because a trip to Ghana in 3 days is nuts.
Yeah, don't you go to Ghana for a month, nigga? You just left 2 days ago.
Unless they do a time jump in episode 3.
Good.
So
Definitely
we
do a
have to
time
see
jump in the
how
middle of
they
season.
handle that situation. But I think it also might be a thing where Leon doesn't really know where else to go. Like either he stays in Ghana or he comes back to America and he doesn't really know what to do. So he's got to kind of go back to his life. But
Yeah,
Big
sure,
Dion's
you
like, nah,
come
fuck
back
that
to
shit.
LA, but like, why would you come back with the expectancy unless you went in with the understanding that it was going to be temporary?
I don't
Yes.
really know honestly how they're going to spin that, but I'm telling you, they show Big Dion being arrogant as fuck for a reason, and he's going to want to keep
Mm-hmm.
his spot. I feel like, and therefore, or maybe Leon tries to like save the Crips and like puts them on some Black Power shit, and they're like, we're not trying to hear that. You got to go. Pow
You ain't
pow.
on that shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Something crazy is going to happen with that, but I know their story is probably going to end tragically somehow, and those are the only two ways I really see it happening.
Yeah, I hope not. Let's hope for better things.
A lot of people are going to end tragically this season. I think you need to know that.
It's gonna be a bloodbath. I know.
This is not going to be a happy ending for any of
Let's
this.
save Veronique. Let's save Oso. Let's save. Obviously, Freeway survives, right? Franklin's not dying.
Okay, hold that
Um.
thought. So
Okay.
if Veronique lives and Franklin lives, their tragedy is going to be that they are separated. They are not together. Franklin's going to be
Right.
obviously
Right.
happy that hopefully Teddy dies, but he still didn't get the family in the end because Veronique dipped off with his bread or some shit. I can see that.
Oh man. Well, you know what? They okay. So they didn't put this whole scammer family arc in here for no reason. So it is very likely that she runs off with his money at
She might
some
even
point.
run off on her mama.
But I hope that he gets to see his baby. I hope that he like. Okay, you ran off. Leave the baby. Leave the child.
Being that I hope they show us the baby, I think Franklin might be able to see the baby too, but he's not going to be able to live with it, which sucks because that's such a trope.
Yeah.
But he has to experience tragedy somehow. And
Yeah.
Louis and Jerome, yeah, that might be a little tragic, but this is way more tragic for him because he fought for the family and he's not going to get to have it. Hopefully, maybe I
Yeah.
can put my Nostradamus or
That's so crazy,
Negro
man.
Damas crown on.
How do people come up with these ideas of of black? I try not to make it like one of those streams, but you see the arc of the black man trying to make it out of his circumstances and dies trying to do it. Like, oh, it's so tragic. Stop telling the tragic story.
The
Shit,
only
let him
bail,
get
oh yeah, I was
out.
gonna say the only bail I can give it is that it's a drug story. So at some level, you kind
Well,
of
and
expect said trope.
it's loosely based on a real story, so it's like I kind of get it. I get it, but
At least
still,
he didn't die. So
yeah.
all right. So that was everything. Snowfall. It doesn't like we have any other questions on that. Shout out to the Rewind Gang if you're watching. Is that what we're calling it now? We never came up with a name for it.
Sure.
Shout out to the pending title of the Rewind Gang. Shout out to y'all watching on the Rewind. There should be a link in the description for Hulu if you guys aren't already watching Snowfall. Make sure you watch and come and join the live after you've seen Snowfall. Plus, they've got other great shows like Atlanta and Abbott Elementary and other great black shows. So, shout out to Hulu. All right. Mo Jet said, love to see the live stream. We will be here every week after Snowfall and Bel Air.
Every week.
Speaking of Bel Air, we got to talk Bel Air. So,
Yeah, you can take it off, dog.
All right, I'm keeping the gold chain. Gold
Oh,
chain
you gonna leave on the
the
fake
gold chain
cubic?
is the gold
Okay,
chain is
all right. You gonna
flawless.
leave
You
it
know
on
what
the
I'm
fake
saying?
cubic?
Fake? What you talking about, bro? This is you know what I mean. 10,000 on my neck like it's nothing. You know what I mean?
Boy, they sell them up by the register at H&M.
All right, whatever. You hating? It's cool. It's cool. All right. See, I was going to come with a Fresh Prince costume, so you know I was going to have the hat with the. Maybe I just gave away next week's costume. Yikes.
And West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds where I spend most of my days. Chilling all maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shooting some b-ball outside of school. And a couple of guys, they were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You moved with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." Alright, come on, let's get it.
Oh, okay, fine. Since you want to just stop in the middle of the song, who does that?
I mean, you would have to sing the entire thing, and I don't want to do that for time reasons. So let's get underway.
Okay, well, before we start talking about the episode, let's talk about the fact that Peacock promised us 3 episodes, and I only got 1. What's up with that? What's up with that? Come on, Peacock. Get it together.
I don't know. I think maybe they decided to make it exclusive at the last minute because I did see some non-spoiler reviews go up, last night and this morning. So who knows?
Eventually, hopefully, we can get that plug. Peacock, talking to you, Peacock.
All right. Hey, Hulu got hip. Get hip, Peacock.
Yeah. Shout out Hulu. Yeah. Shout out Peacock too.
Now we just waiting on 50 and Stars to call us up. You know what I'm saying? We negotiating right now.
Big fact. Come on, Stars.
We negotiating right now. You feel me? We in talks. 50 like to play hardball, but I let him know. You know what I'm saying? This is how we get down in Ohio. So
Stars,
we don't play none of that.
We need the bag because I need to set up my Power Book 2 Ghost costume. Or you know what? It's not a costume. I gotta set up my wardrobe for the season.
I was about to say them costumes gonna be expensive, boy.
So I'm just trying to get the bag. You know what I mean? Just trying to finagle something.
You gonna have to go on a Da Vinci spree.
It's Givenchy.
Oh, whatever.
He was supposed to say, "Nigga, God bless you."
Oh, is that what he was trying to say?
Yes.
I thought he was saying G5G, like from school days.
No, it's Givenchy. Nigga, God bless
G5G, that's what I want to be. G5G, that's what I want to be. You sure it's not G5G?
It's Givenchy. Nigga, God bless you.
Damn, I've been saying G5G. Nigga, God bless you. Like for years since the album came out.
Yo. Mojet.
Like,
anyway,
G5G. God bless you.
Anyway, Mojet, shout out to you for at least joining. He ain't seen Bel Air yet, so he can't watch. Spoiler alert, we about to talk about Bel Air. So, Bel Air, Season 2, Episode 1, A Fresh Start. Will is living in South LA in a scene very reminiscent of last season when he was living in Philly, clearly to show the similarities in how he manages. I guess I can give an early spoiler alert. It seems like a lot of the problems from Season 1 are going to show back up in Season 2 in a new form.
Hey fam, your boy living like how he was living in Philly. He went through some trauma recently. He had a situation bring up some old trauma recently, so he's trying to make himself feel comfortable again. Now, obviously, that ain't getting down in the Banks house right about now. So let's go live with Jazz and let's go, hustle hoopers for money.
Yeah,
because that's what makes me feel comfortable, I guess.
Somebody has to explain to me, is it very lucrative to be playing basketball for money? Like, I know you lost your Gatorade the one time, but, like, that's Gatorade, not money.
And then I don't even think, it's not like you paying rent with that or no shit. He's like, I'll play basketball when I need it. Like, this just sounds like a kid talking about a responsibility. It sounds like a child.
No, the craziest shit, we're talking about rent just in general, because obviously we live in Ohio and rent is a little different. You're talking about rent in LA, fam. We're talking like $3,000-$4,000 rent.
Buddy, you had to come up with $1,500 for your half. Talking about hooping. You'll be out there skipping school trying to play basketball.
Right.
And the fact that you can sit up here and say, oh, well, I play basketball when I need to get some money. Fam, what life are you living? Oh,
Basketball
I'm
is a
hungry
full-time
today.
job for you.
I'm hungry. I guess I better go down to the court and hoop. But I gotta play 2 games because I gotta set him up. I gotta play the 1 game and I gotta suck, and I gotta play the next game and hopefully beat him so I can win some money and go eat.
Yikes.
Hopefully they don't kick my ass for hustling him.
All right. The Bel Air fam misses him as he's apparently been gone for 2 weeks. Will has been keeping in touch with everybody but Uncle Phil, which I thought was crazy. Like, fam, you can't just
They
send a
they
nigga.
both over exaggerating. They're both over exaggerating the
Yes.
situation. I know it was very emotional around what happened. But Phil just don't want to just let go of the fact that Will if he doesn't have it anymore, but he has always had that question of who his father is, where he came from, what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and he was never going to be fulfilled without that. And so you shouldn't feel any type of way that he sought him out or that even that Jeffrey, helped set it up because it's just like I was always going to be there, whether you wanted to set it up for him or not. It was really a missed opportunity for you not to lead the charge and be supportive of him to do it because it was always going to happen. You couldn't keep it from happening.
And it's a very natural question to want to ask as a kid with his father.
And then you got all this extra shit around it too. Like, don't get me wrong, I have not come down from the lack of explosivity of that reveal from last season. I'm still holding on that there is something more to that. But it just didn't line up to be a thing that we shouldn't be talking to each other about for weeks.
Yeah.
But I wasn't mad at how it ended up playing out ultimately, so that's cool.
Yep. Will picked up some cash from a nigga named JB in South LA. We don't know why yet, but it's from playing basketball. We already kind of talked about it. Hillary has made moves with Carucci and has leveraged Kylo's debt to get her a managerial position in the influencer house. That story is just going to tell itself again from season 1, but we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley strangely wants Will back in the home for her birthday after 2 weeks. I'll tell you why I thought that was strange. Is because in season 1, Hillary did all the legwork for Ashley. So why is she? It's not like in the original Bel Air where Will spent special time and extra attention with Ashley, teaching her the drums, being with her during her sleepover, all that shit he actually did in the original one. She's barely said 2 words, so they have barely said 2 words amongst each other. I just thought it was weird that she wanted that for a gift.
I don't think it's not even necessarily that her and Will have this great, or even the best relationship with anybody in the house. I think it's the fact that he had been there for months on end, and now he had been gone for the last 2 months. So now things feel off,
2 weeks.
even though 2 weeks, excuse me. So now it's off. Even though he may not be my best friend, he was part of the house. He was part of our dynamic here. Now he had become part of the family. So it feels incomplete when he's not there. Even Vivian talks about that, with Phil later on in the study. It's like, I don't even really feel like celebrating nothing right now because Will's not here. It doesn't feel right. So I can get it. Plus, I'm just excited to see some other storyline about Ashley and actually able to, add some depth to that character. They started out with a birthday party, which, this party.
Oh no, Will.
This party, dog, for 13.
No, we have to talk about it here shortly.
Bro.
Nathan Moore said they over dramatized it. I think he was referring to Will and Uncle Phil, which.
Yeah, they did over dramatize it a bit because it really should have been a quick 1-2. Why you ain't tell me? Well, you see what happened. I didn't want you to meet him. Also, I know for a fact this show has been too balanced for them not to. They're gonna have to circle back to this whole my dad's a bum and I don't need him and he blamed my mom and he gonna have to circle back to that.
And I almost socked him in the face.
They have to.
Yeah.
Because it's too one-sided as it stands right now.
Agreed.
And that was one of the things from even the original sitcom. Everybody loved that scene, that episode with Will Smith and his dad coming back, right? That was one of the most iconic or Fresh Prince episodes there ever was.
Yeah.
But I would argue that scene is incomplete because we don't see why it is Will's father doesn't have any vested interest in being there or why it is he can't stay there. Does he have a vested interest in being there, but something won't allow him to stay there? Is it addiction? Is it institutionalization? Is it, does it have something to do with his family history? What did he go through? Right? We're doing all of this introspective on all of these characters, all these deep dives. I don't think that they're just going to allow that big hole or that big part of Will's life to just be easily explained as, oh, he's a dick. And that's it. He was always a dick. He was a dick with your mom. He was a dick after. He was a dick in jail. Just leave him alone. He's a dick, because that's what it was in the show. And
Sure.
none of the characters from the sitcom have transferred over as very linear the way that they were, back then.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Agreed. Will pulls back up to Jazz's crib and he messes up his prayer, which did not know Jazz was Muslim, but shout out to that, I guess.
Yo, yeah, I was about to say.
Random as fuck. That's when Carlton picks Will up for school, and Will flaunts all this bread, but is mad cryptic about it. Where it came
Man,
from.
he handed that man $30. He had some $10 bills in his hands. Them bitches was yellow. They was gold as hell.
I
He
still
wasn't a
don't
blue
know how he
face
got
in
that
his
shit from
hand.
basketball, but okay. Right,
It wasn't a blue face in his hand. He probably had like $70 there, dog.
That's crazy.
He handed that man $30 and said, "Buy yourself nice." That's his lunch.
At what point does Carlton get offended? Like, look, I already got this. This is my lunch money, nigga. Stop putting bills on me like a stripper.
What are these $10 bills? I haven't seen these since I was 5.
The real
Shit
Carlton
out
would
here.
have got pissed off. Like, stop that. All right. Will is wanting to meet up with Doc, a man who apparently does it all for top basketball prospects. I automatically feel weird about Doc, but I
Yo,
think
fam, what is he? Is he a coach? Is he a trainer?
No, he does it all.
What is this
He
dude?
does everything. Like,
I do everything for players.
I immediately felt weird about
I
that.
do everything for my players.
Yo,
But I ain't taking on new clients right now.
I hated that line. Uncle Phil is going back to the office. It's been 2 weeks, Phil. Relax. But he was supposed to be allowing Viv to kind of find herself as an artist, and it literally took him 2 weeks to be like, yeah, I'm going back to the office.
He Tom Brady there.
Facts. Yeah, no.
He Tom Brady there. He said, "Psych chick, I'm out."
And you know that's going to lead to another fight about the same shit, which I'm telling you, a lot of these stories are repeating.
they seem excited about him going back to work. So
They
maybe
did.
it was a mutual decision.
They did, but I just feel she's going to be upset about him working again at some point during the season. It's going to repeat itself.
Well, I don't think the idea of him, kind of taking the back seat was necessarily, okay, now you become a stay-at-home dad. No, it was like, all right, maybe you work in something that's not so demanding of your time while I have to do this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, still work. You know what I'm saying? Them partner checks look nice. So yeah, keep bringing them in.
Right.
But
provide for the family, but like less.
Be home by 6 every day.
Relax.
Yeah. By 6 o'clock every day, be in the house for the kids, because I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be out with.
I'm gonna be with Mike.
I'm gonna be out here with curly blue eyes, curly hair, blue eyes.
Yikes!
Hold it down.
Carlton
Yo,
got
P.
beef with Connor because he fucked him up. Carlton needs to replace Connor, and he wants Will to hang around. Carlton getting love from Yasmin, who is apparently the head of the BCU or BSU, which I like because I would have assumed Carlton would have, attracted the Snow Bunnies, or I figured Carlton would probably be like a passport bro, but no, he likes, he keeps it real.
Yeah, no,
And actually,
Yasmin go get him straight.
OG Carlton was only about black women too, so you think Carlton is going to be
in
like
the show. In the show.
All right. Yes.
in the
show. Both of them like black women in the show.
Yeah. So first thing, I do really like Carlton's evolution. I feel like every episode that I'm seeing of Carlton, he's getting better and better. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. Some of the twists and turns we see at the end, the previews for the rest of the season don't really have me excited at all.
Sure.
But up until this point, it has been a steady progression. Right? It's been a steady climb. We went from hating on our cousin and pushing him in the pool to drown because he was pushed up on my ex to now I'm picking him up for school every day. Now, we kicking it. We got our own handshake.
And I want him to hang
Like,
around even more.
I'm willing to go to black events. I'm willing to pull up at the Black Student Union.
But
I'm
only if
willing
he
to
helps
do
with
all
the
of this
girl
black
that I'm trying to
stuff.
pull up with.
Well, hey, maybe that's just how it starts. Maybe it
Sure.
starts out as, hey, I'm cooler when I'm around Will. And then now all these other auxiliary things start adding on to your lifestyle because of what you've been introduced to when you were in his orbit.
Yeah.
And so now it don't even have to be about Will. It can just be about the positive experiences you've had being black.
Yeah.
Which is probably what should have been there all along. But, it just took your cooler cousin to show it to you.
Fair enough. Will pulls up on Lisa in class. Apparently, they've been avoiding each other, but Will wants to talk. Despite Will coming up with some BS excuses about why he couldn't talk, he then dips off to talk with Tanner about his Skechers. Like, bro,
So
talk to your girl,
every
please.
every now and again in this show, because again we are talking about high school kids, the dialogue reaches a level of cringe that just makes me want to do this.
Yeah.
Like even with Carlton and his speech in the Black Student Union, all we do is bitch and complain, guys. You know what we could really do? We could change some stuff. We just gotta go to the meetings and run for office. We could do it.
Yeah. That speech got a little worse, but we'll talk about that in a second.
The cringe. And then, the same thing with Lisa here. Yeah, I've kind of been busy. Oh, white boy, you got on Jordans? Ooh, bye, Lisa.
Like, he couldn't hold his attention for more than
it was so cringy. Only for you to turn around and look back. What you looking back for? You knew what you did. You knew what you was doing.
Right. Yikes. All right. Carucci got the influencer house a sponsor.
Carucci
got the house a sponsor, which is her weak ass wheatgrass alcohol. I was like, what? It's a what? What is this drink? Some aloe vera White Claw shit that they got going on. I'm like,
oh my
it's
god!
alcohol. It's not meant to be healthy.
You said, and it gives you a little buzz. I said, a little buzz. It's all grass, no buzz.
Yeah, no, trash ass drink. Must be the sage that they wave through the crib, but the black ass brothers pull up and steal a case of this weak ass shit. So I thought that was kind of crazy.
Oh, first of all, why no men couldn't live in the house? Now
that was kind of crazy. That whole dynamic was like, oh, it's all women, and then they come in and
why no male influencers?
Yeah.
That's like, damn. I just gotta find a new place to live, huh?
And of course they're black. Of course they're black.
Like, damn.
Get your nigger ass out of here. We're trying to make some content. Like,
I know they weren't the best, but damn, that's
they made
a terrible way to
the
do
most
them.
trash content too. So that
they did. It was giving off Groovin' Gorilla energy, but
facts.
Hmm.
All right.
Don't do them like that.
Coco Jones called Jazz babe. Can't remember if they made it official last season, but the Short King is definitely winning. After giving,
they didn't. As what they get ready to talk about.
Well, no. Okay, yeah, facts. They didn't make it official with everybody, but I didn't know if they were like were they dating behind the scenes in the first season? I don't remember that.
I think she just kind of. Well, yeah, they were messing with each other towards the end of the season.
But they didn't. I don't know.
They never put a name on it. I don't think they never
so
made
that is kind
anything.
of new to this season. Okay.
Yeah.
After giving her some advice on how to deal with the influencers and being a boss, Bro wants to make their deal official with the fam. With like official. Like, we go together real bad.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know about that. Yeah,
hey, Jazz is the prize. Okay? He's a delicate flower and you should treat him as such. All right? You claim that man.
He's a Short King.
You claim that man.
Facts.
So he's delicate. She could pick Jazz up like a baby in her arms and rock it.
The kissing scenes were a little wild. Noticing his face kind of going up.
Come here, baby. Get up here.
I was like, okay. They're going to give him platform shoes to kind of even that out eventually. Some Tims.
Jazz definitely sits in her lap for foreplay. It's a
Okay,
thing.
moving on.
It's a thing.
Moving on. Ashley finally gets some lines this season, even if it's by way of OG Ashley, aka Tatiana Ali. She plays.
Yo, yeah, that was dope.
That
That
was
was
dope.
dope.
Very dope. She plays Ashley's teacher who wants to give a new Ashley extra credit for reading a book, which had a young Karen pissed.
Yo,
She
she was just
upset.
back there snarling like, I don't even know what's going on up there, but it sounds like non-whiteness and it makes me angry.
I was like, damn, if that ain't a Karen in training right there. She was upset.
Y'all up there not talking about white folks? I'm telling my mom.
Damn,
I thought this was supposed to be history.
Her name is definitely Kara.
She just had it all over her face the whole time.
She did.
What you say about black women? We ain't supposed to be talking about that in here.
Black girls rock. Yeah.
I'm telling my mom. She said if y'all come in here with that CRT stuff, to let her know.
Facts. Oh, shit. Will brings Carlton to the black folks meeting, aka the Black Student Union meeting, so that Carlton can level up and meet Yasmin, the president. Will is trying to stick to the subject of what white slurs they should add to the Google Doc, but Carlton and light-skinned homeboy get into a fight over Carlton using the Black Student Union.
You know what? Even though the speech was cringy as hell, I'm on Carlton's side, right? Because my first time going to it wasn't called the Black Student Union. We did have a Black Student Union. It was what was the opposite of SAS? It was it was like the African American male something. I can't remember what the group was.
I know what group you're talking about. I just can't. I don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Man, I went in one of them groups one time, and they was having a conversation on, very generic, by the way, but having a conversation on using the N word and how it was passed down to us, how we shouldn't use it because how it was used to dehumanize us, and our ancestors fought against it, and this, that, and the third, and they went on and on and on and on. Then it came around to me for my time to speak, and I was like, well, I mean, that's interesting. Like, what about soul food? And I was like, what about chicken or collards or chitlins or hog maws and pig feet and all that? And I was like, well, what about it? And then the white girl behind me was like, oh, but I eat soul food at Thanksgiving. And I looked at her and I turned back around and I didn't even say nothing back to her. But they were struggling to understand or make the connection between a word that was given to us as opposed to customs, history, religion, culture, food. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, well, I mean, let's keep picking at this. Let's expand it. If we don't want what they gave us, let's just talk about it for a second. Yeah. They were not having it. Yikes. They weren't having it. Most people looked like light skinned homeboy snarling back, and they weren't. They wasn't feeling it. Yeah. They were like, I don't get it. I don't think that's the same thing. So. I.e., I love my hog maws and my collard greens, so I ain't giving that up, but we can stop saying nigga.
Speaking of soul food, Bel Air Academy apparently serves fried chicken on MLK Day. Did nobody else catch that?
That's racist as hell.
I was like,
that's racist as hell.
They do what, Carlton? What do they do?
Like only on MLK Day?
Well, I don't know if it was on, but he said they serve it specifically. They serve it specifically on MLK Day.
You mean the only time we can get some fried bird in here is on MLK Day? Oh, y'all go to hell.
Is Aramark serving you your food? Are they giving you fried chicken and watermelon out here and Kool-Aid?
Hey, you know that? You know Aramark used to serve to
prisons?
But to the University of Akron.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
To the university, boy. Before U.S. Foods got in there, it used to be Aramark. So it was GFS, then it was Aramark, then it was U.S. Foods.
I got you. I think they do. You told me they served the prisons too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know I'm not crazy.
I was like, damn, these prison burgers I'm flipping.
Yo. Uncle Phil has bright ideas for the firm, including community leaders helping to influence policy change. But his colleague seems to not be ready for having bro back all like that. Apparently, nobody's ready for that shit.
Philly, big Philly style. Let me tell you something, buddy. No one expected you to be back here. You were supposed to get the fucking DA seat. You were supposed to get elected. We was gonna do what we wanted to do. We had a whole plan in place. Now you coming back here talking about doing all this free work and shit. Hell no, we were supposed to be getting to the bag.
Facts.
Here you go. Here you coming back talking about all this free stuff. All this poor black folk stuff. Get out of here.
Oh shit.
You wasn't even supposed to be here, fam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. He was not supposed to be there. He was upset. But like professionally
none
upset.
of us expected you to be here.
Yeah.
He was like, is that a problem? Oh no. I mean, we just caught us off guard, that's all.
A little bit.
I'm a partner. Help create this firm. Yeah. No. Hey, look, we're gonna talk about it. You sit here. All right, I'm gonna holler at the boys. We'll be right back. Not going for it.
Or better yet, I'll holla. All right. Ashley notices that Tatiana Ali is getting yelled at by Karen and her boss for doing some extra shit she shouldn't be doing, presumably the extra credit shit. Which that's trash. Let homegirl get some extra credit. Y'all ain't giving us reparations. Hey, give us that.
Come here, girl. Come here. Go write the history of Anglo-Saxons on the Northern Hemisphere, the world, really, and then you can get some extra credit. Go ahead. How about you write me a essay on the main economic export of Portugal from about 1600 till about 1865. How about you look that up, research it, tell me all about it, and then you can get some extra credit.
Yo, her mom would not play that shit. She'd be like, nope, that's that CRT shit they were talking about on the news. Tucker Carlton told me about this. Yeah, that's
he's teaching my daughter CRT.
She's making my daughter feel like a white devil.
She hates herself. Mommy, no, I don't. No. Shut up, Becky. Get back.
Oh, shit. All right. Jeffrey is still playing Agent 47 and sneaking up on Will on campus. Apparently, he's still taking some time off, and he still has a bit of...
Yo, my boy ain't got shit to do. He lost that job and ain't did nothing.
Hiding from Will on campus for no reason.
I wonder, is he still with Viv's friend? He still were?
I mean, why not?
They need to dig into that little...
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, it ain't like he been doing shit else. He got time to pull up at the fucking high school during lunch.
He up at her crib playing 2K and using her car?
All right, Jeffrey, I know that Phil did you wrong. You're going to have to get up and get a job.
Oh, shit. That's funny. Will apparently called Jeffrey for some advice on what he should do. Jeffrey tells him that he's hiding in South LA because it's a lot like Philly, but he needs to deal with the tough things like reconciling with the fam.
Not running away, Will. We understand that you are looking for a familiar place, a comfortable place to lay low after everything that happened. But you're running from your responsibility, son. Mm-hmm. Not doing what you're supposed to be.
That's a fact.
And that's not. And with all of this talking about, I want to be my own man. That's not how you get it done.
Yeah.
That's not how you get it done. So I'm glad Jeffrey was able to get through to him.
Yeah. Speaking of Jeffrey, he pulled up on Uncle Phil.
You are not even 18 years old, family.
Oh yeah.
You going back and forth between your friend's house and high school. The hell we talking about?
Yeah. Jeffrey pulls up on Uncle Phil. Aunt Viv seems happy, but not so much Phil. Jeffrey wanted to send his birthday regards for Ashley. He then admits that Will reached out to him, but he believes that Phil should reach out to Will. Jeffrey then apologized for what he did. Phil then said, and I quote, "Yeah, nigga, you were wrong. Now get the fuck out of my house."
He didn't say that.
He said that verbatim.
And he was acting like a buster. Stop it. He was acting like a buster for real. Like a few times he was acting like a buster. He was acting like a buster with Will at certain points during this episode. It was like, hey, bro, you don't have the moral high ground. You don't. Mm-hmm. So can we just cut it the hell out and get over this?
Yeah.
Because it's going to make you even more mad the next time his daddy roll around. And he coming back. He's coming back.
Yep. After getting some advice from Jazz that he needs to reconnect with Uncle Phil. What the fuck was that? Oh. Yeah, I'm out here getting rewards, son. You know what I mean? Did you hear that? You hear that? No.
Mm-hmm.
Right, whatever. After getting some advice from Jazz that he needs to reconnect with Uncle Phil, Will opens up to the thought of having the conversation. Then Jazz talks to Will about Hillary, and I start to realize that since Hillary and Jazz are actually together in the new version, that she's probably going to play him to the side for a little while because that's their version of it. But then the end of the episode happens, so obviously I know that.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling that too because when they had their little conversation, I was like, oh, that's about to get old. That's getting old real quick.
Yep. JB from earlier calls Will and tells him that he has an opportunity with Doc, but it's roughly at the same time as Ashley's party. Jazz takes him to see Doc, but they have 40 minutes to make the impression. Will has to wait until the next game before he can do it, which there is no next game, but we'll talk about that.
So here's what I'm doing in my head. I'm like, damn, so Ashley's 13th birthday party starts at this time, and I got to be hooping. I'm like, why is this even a problem? Let me go out here, give these niggas buckets, wash them, and then just show up 20 minutes late to the party. But oh no, can't do that.
Right.
Because the 13-year-old's having a damn yacht party and they getting ready to set sail. So I guess we gotta be on time and shit.
Right.
Like, yo, they was disgusting me with this damn party. I'm just like, hey.
We haven't talked about the worst part of the party, but we'll get there.
Y'all got too much money. That's what too much money look like.
Facts. Will laces up his bronze, then a dog growls at him. The owner tells Will that the dog's name is Fluffy, but doesn't disclose her own. It's Jackie. She then has some advice on how to win over Doc. Did you have anything about that part yet? No? Good.
Yeah, first of all, you hooping in bronze, you suspect, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. If you're under 6'6" and you hooping in bronze, you suspect.
I would agree.
And ain't nobody trying to put no boots on to go hoop.
There's no haterism there, but yeah.
No. They're good. They are very attractive shoes. They're nice shoes. I don't want to jump, run, and skip in boots.
Fair.
And he's had a notoriously beefed up shoe. Like his whole career has been this big ass bulky thing.
Yes.
It's never really gotten sleeker to me. So
especially when everybody else's shoes have gotten lighter, but
used to be Kyrie's. Now I don't know who on top. PG, Cat maybe.
Steph Curry.
Bam, cut it out. Never rocked a pair of Under Armour shoes a day in your life.
All the white kids wear them though. Well, I don't know if they do anymore. There was an era where all the white kids would show up and shoot threes and Currys.
And Currys? I must have missed that era. I must have missed it.
There was an era.
Because the first gen Currys were awful. They were like worse than New Balances.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
And I ain't even seen no white boys hooping in those.
Speaking of New Balances, the obvious shoe right now, the big shoe is the Kawhis, obviously. Everybody.
So moving on.
Will takes up the challenge against Big Dre so that he can rush and make a crazy impression for Doc. Big Dre is noticeably bigger than Bro and scores the first 4 points to 5 with ease. Will shakes Bro up and scores, and then scores again, and loses him for a third score. Will starts making it look easy against Big Dre, and even dunks to end it, of course. Doc admits he already knew who Will was and already had all his stats in mind, but he ain't accepting no new clients, so, back the fuck up. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah,
that shit was
okay.
Trash. That shit was super trash.
I was like, oh, all right, bet.
You know all my stats, but you're not going to accept me after all that shit. Fuck you.
What do you do? Are you an agent? Are you a trainer? What do you do?
All of that shit. All of it.
That's not how that shit works, bro.
He does everything. He is Josai and the trainer and the agent and the scout.
Damn, what happened to having your coach send out your highlight tape to the colleges, to the coaches? Like, what happened to that?
It's Bel Air, bro. It's a different whole different
You got
world.
This Venice Beach gangster over here, and you trying to hoop for him. Yeah, I'm trying to get to the league. The jail league, nigga? What league you trying to get to?
Yeah. Jackie finally introduces herself. She's the retcon version of...
Who introduced herself? Who?
Did you make this prediction?
I sure the hell did.
Okay. Because I also...
had to help me with the name of who she was. I think y'all tried to help me with but I said Tyra Banks' character. If it's not going to be Lisa, they'll probably bring up another love interest because Lisa and Will is a later on kind of thing. So they probably going to, be on the fritz and maybe we'll introduce somebody like Jackie.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I vaguely remember that, so I'll give you that. Jackie finally
the same
introduces
type of
herself.
attitude and everything too.
Yeah, okay, but here's the thing. If I remember correctly, Tyra Banks' Jackie was from Philly, and that's where they knew each other from originally when Carlton went to date Jackie. I guess it's retcon, so it doesn't matter, but...
Yeah, they retconned it. Yeah, I believe so. I think that's how. And plus, Jackie was a hooper, which she still may be because he saw her at the spot.
She gave him that advice.
She seems to know homeboy for some reason or another. It's probably her daddy or older brother or cousin or some shit. Definitely her family in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah.
Do you remember?
Shout out to Negro Damas.
Yikes. Do you remember the Kip Smithers storyline in the original one, where he had to go back and forth between being a thug for the girl, but then clean and fresh for the dad? Do you remember that at all? Mm-hmm. And the dad was Shaft. It was Richard Roundtree.
No. Oh yeah. Okay, yes.
I wonder if they're gonna ever bring that into. I don't know. I just thought that was a funny episode. So I feel like if that is her dad.
They're with the difference between this being
a drama
and a sitcom is that they don't have the time for the filler.
That's fair.
Their filler is going to be side plots to the main storyline, right? Like they're not going to have episodes where they just go off and have a random adventure.
Fair enough. All right. Hillary stands up for herself with Karrueche after she set up a mall kiosk for her weak-ass, wheatgrass alcoholic drink. After Jazz and Will crease up their sneaks trying to make it on the yacht as the crowd cheers, Karrueche makes it clear she intends on going after Jazz since Hillary didn't make it clear. So she's just sitting there salty as fuck that Jazz is talking to Karrueche when all she has to say is, yeah, that's
all up in his face, all up in his grill. You sitting at the bar with a stank face. How about, yes, that's my boyfriend. Instead of sit up here being all... stingy about it.
We talking right now. It's simple.
You know who I blame? Sierra. You know who I blame? Beyonce. Because they have convinced you all that y'all can't be bosses with men. And I told y'all for y'all to be boss chicks, you gotta be alone. To be independent, you literally gotta be independent. You got to be by yourself. Now they gonna go back to their men and be successful with their partners. But y'all, no. Y'all gotta be alone. That's the only way to be a boss. And so now I think that is an example of some of that, societal, that modern societal idea of what an independent or a strong woman is. An independent or a strong woman does not also have to be devoid of a man. You don't have to be unhappy and alone to be a boss or to be someone who is respected. Because in a one fell swoop, by just doing what she should have did in the first place, she made Karrueche respect her and she marked her territory on her dude. And if you would have just did that from the outset, you'd have been a boss from jump. You feel me? See, that's Rick Ross. How dare you come around the boss and not claim your boyfriend? How dare you? Don't you ever?
Yikes. I noticed that when you mentioned Sierra's name, you were a little forceful with it. Is it because Sierra is no longer with Bow Wow, your favorite rapper?
Damn, no one believes that's my favorite rapper. They've heard me eviscerate Shad Moss on this podcast many a time.
They've heard both of us do that, but one of us clearly seems to be an imposter.
Fam.
I guess
that's your man's. It's not necessary for you to try to
VIP
flip it back to me.
And you were starstruck, visibly starstruck. Anyway,
is that the deep fake photo that you're talking about?
I don't have any deep fakes. I have
the one with the picture from our thumbnails.
I drove you to the concert and then I took a picture of you because you were visibly starstruck.
Okay. Because everybody believes this.
You don't have to. We know what actually happened. And then you took a picture with him backstage. You had your arm around him.
Is there any more of this show to review?
Will tries to avoid drama with Uncle Phil, and Uncle Phil tries to avoid drama with Will because both of them are petty as fuck.
Petty as hell. Look, I'm just here for Ashley. I'm not here for the drama, okay? No, Will. No, it's not okay. Go talk to that man now. It's not a forceful adult in this on the whole damn boat. Hey, Phil, come here. Come here. No, come here, nigga. Come here. Come here. Wait. I swear I'll whoop your ass. Come here. I'm here. Y'all go sit down and talk.
Simple. So simple. So simple. And then it ended up being that simple. But anyway.
Literally.
Nathan Moore said they didn't need this, referring to Coco Jones and Jazz. Could have focused on the dad not being okay with her dating Jazz, which is... that makes
that's coming. That's coming. That is coming. But they had to get through the whole arc of whether or not they were going to be official or not, and what kind of reservations Hillary had about being official with Jazz. But I did like that they didn't spend a whole bunch of time on it, because I think they are going to spend much more time on how Phil feels about her relationship with Jeff. They've already kind of laid the seeds for that, right? Because even though Hillary is clearly Phil's favorite, he feels or no, it's not Phil. It's not Phil. It's his mom. It's her mom who wanted to be all up in her business. Now that I'm thinking about it, Phil was just trying to let her do what she wanted to do. Let her go to the house. Let her do whatever. Mm-hmm. But it was Aunt Viv.
It was being all weird and shit.
Can you hear that? Did you hear that?
No.
Getting damn Microsoft.
No, I didn't get
updates. Oh, my bad. But yeah, so maybe it is just by way of his wife that he does most of the pressing on Jazz. I mean, he didn't have Jazz in his house before. Shit, he was on the yacht.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you trust him enough to have him around your family in a close family gathering. So, like, it really shouldn't be. They both grown. It shouldn't be too out of the ordinary for her. And then what's your problem with Jazz? Jazz more on the straight and narrow than your nephew.
He's an entrepreneur.
He's a business owner. And he has his own place.
Actually, he's an entrepreneur, and he does not DoorDash. He does Uber or Lyft or whatever the fuck it was.
Uber or whatever, yeah. So he's a business owner. He's of age. He's a hustler, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like for his age, that's absolutely
been giving her great advice.
Your daughter just needed you to bail her out financially. You ain't got to worry about that with Jazz. He killed what he eat.
Facts.
You know? So I don't even feel like I would know where the beef is coming from, other than the fact that maybe there's a nosy mother involved, and you know, whether you agree with it or not, you got to be on her side. So that's what it is.
Fair. So then who is throwing Jazz out of the building, of the home? That's happening, right? That at least has to happen, right? Okay, so all right. Okay, Jazz dances with Karuchi, and Hillary is clearly staring daggers at them. That's when Will asks Hill to not break Jazz's heart, which I was like, why?
Because she knew she was playing around.
Sure, but
like, hey man, get my man off that line, man. Either reel him in or let him go. Don't be out here toying with my boy emotions.
Will saying that for his grown ass friend, don't break his heart. It's just weird.
That's how I go. Well, yeah, no, that was one of the points. Again, they could be doing a lot better with some of the dialogue, but then you're remembering that these are 15 and 16-year-olds. Sure. So that shit probably sounded very endearing to him and not cringeworthy at all.
Sure, fair enough. Carlton grabs Uncle Phil and asks if everything is okay with him, and then he calls him out for trying to hide from Will. Carlton tries to talk some sense into his father, and Uncle Phil makes his way to have a convo with Will, stopping Lisa in her tracks, which I thought was hilarious. Strikes out again. Will and Uncle Phil make up, and then everyone goes back to enjoying Ashley's 13th birthday party. Yeah, no, I thought that was hilarious that Lisa walked up and... all right.
Yeah, we're about to get to the most cringy part of the entire
Yes, we
episode,
are.
so let's get to it.
Miss I Know That's Right, aka Sweetie, after going triple wood when coming for Quavo at the worst possible time, is now only making money hosting 13-year-old birthday parties. She can't even get a club appearance fee or nothing. She has to host 13-year-old birthday parties now.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm getting ready to predict it right now. She's broke. She's broke. Y'all see how hard she pushing this lemongrass shit, right? She broke. Like this, I think this house was like a last ditch effort to try to make some money, and that's why she's trying to strong arm all of it because she needs the bread. I think she's broke.
Oh, you think Karuchi's broke?
But yeah,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
not in real life. Her character.
No, the character.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
yeah.
she's Karuchi. She's not her character because I don't remember. I don't ever remember what her character's name is. She's Karuchi.
That's not her name.
It's literally her name, but okay.
Not in the show. It's not her
Her
name.
name is Karuchi. Anyway.
Okay.
Will breaks up with Lisa mad abruptly because of her dad. So despite
Yo,
everything,
fam, yeah, it was like, where the fuck, Nick? What? Yo, fam, if you don't like her no more, just say that, okay? You come, oh, you know your dad's never liked me, fam. We've been so far past your daddy.
You know,
like we are so far past him. He didn't even show up in the episode.
Thank you. So
What are you talking about?
So despite everything Will has learned in this episode, he applied absolutely none of it to his relationship with Lisa and breaks up with her. I was just like,
and the whole speech was so quick. Lisa, I just got so much going on. I don't want to bring any more drama into your life. Shut up! Shut up, fool! Life and relationships ain't nothing but drama. That's life.
facts.
But again, remember, he's 15. He has not lived to see anything.
Yeah.
His idea of a good relationship doesn't involve ups and downs and strife and hard things to get over and drama. Yeah, you know? That's the type of shit you run away from when you young because, oh, bad. Not knowing that your mama and your daddy been fighting all week about the same shit.
All right. Will also hasn't learned timing because he pulls up and moves right back in as Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv were about to do that night thing. Seemed like.
What happened now?
It seemed like Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv were about to, get it in, and fucking Will shows up and I'm moving back in, y'all. What's up?
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
now of all time.
So fam, think about this, man. Like think about how teenagery this actually is. So yesterday, you was dead set on never moving back in. I gotta be my own man. I gotta make my own way. I gotta do it. All it took was for Phil to put his hand around you and say, "Sorry, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. I won't come home." Where did all of that "I'm gonna be my own man" shit go? Like you could have had him apologize. You could apologize to him. Y'all could have left on good terms, and you could have went straight back to Jazz house.
Facts.
But oh, go back home. You're gonna go back home. Ain't that just like a teenager?
Yes.
Playing tough until they actually want to be back home.
Speaking of bad timing, Hillary waits until Karuchi kisses Jazz right in front of her to claim that they were dating.
Karuchi!
I'm feeling you, and I know you've been feeling me too, and I want you to be my man. Seems like a weird quote because they were already technically together.
Yo, why are you giving this fucking speech right here on the boat in front of everybody? Like, yo, what is happening? I would have thought y'all was rehearsing a scene if I'd have seen this shit in real life.
You know?
Jazz. I'm feeling you. I know you're feeling me too. I want you to be my man. It's like, yo, what's up with all these pauses? Why are you slow walking to me?
Right.
Why you ain't tell her this before she got on the boat? Y'all don't talk. Don't y'all live in the same house?
Aren't y'all friends? Don't y'all work with each other? Jesus.
Oh man, that was pretty cringy.
Yeah, that was bad. All right. The magazine article for Aunt Viv got posted, and everything is about Michael Ealy, and nothing is about Aunt Viv.
That didn't happen on the boat. That happened at their house after they got home.
But it was still weird.
Because Jazz was helping her bring her stuff back. Hey, Jazz was really milking that situation, fam.
Oh no,
He was milking him. He's
But
like, "Oh, you not claiming me? Cool. I'm flirting with everybody that's flirting back."
I would. Would you not? In that case, now granted,
I mean,
usually some shit like that is a test, but
my petty level is very high. I cannot confirm nor deny.
fair enough. Fair enough. Smart man. After some ribbing between Will and Carlton, Doc gives Will a call and lets him know that he will be watching him. Then Bro clicks absolutely nothing on the tablet and a pic of Will's family just pops up. The weird thing is, you had his stats memorized, but didn't know who his family was until now? You didn't do that research before?
Will Smith and then Philip Banks. There's not an immediate name recognition there. He's not living with him now. It's not like he's peddling back and forth between the beach and down Bel Air. He's there. He's local now, so he probably didn't put up this facade as he's just a young LA dude.
I guess, but the man knew your stats and memorized them. I would feel like he would do a little bit of research of
and then
how you got to LA.
It probably wasn't until his research led him to the Bel Air part of things that he actually found out who his family was, researched who they were, found out they were damn billionaires, and that's how that shit came together. Because you remember, all this shit is happening within a day.
Yeah.
He went and played basketball for him, went to the game that night, and then later that night he gets a phone call. So it didn't take him very long.
Yeah.
It didn't take him long at all. My whole thing is like, okay, clearly homeboy is a gangster because the only thing he care about is your family money. How did you find this nigga and what do you need him for? Like, what is even...
Because
what is
he
even
does everything.
Who is this? This b-ball gangster, this b-ball bully over here.
This b-ball Suge Knight head ass nigga.
Jesus Christ.
That was the end of that episode. I also forgot to mention that the beginning of this episode had Last Time That I Checked by Nipsey Hussle, which the last season it had First Things First, Rest in Peace Uncle Phil. Mm-hmm. So I'm just noting that they're playing very great songs. And Eric Holder got 60 years.
60 years, fam.
That they premiered the
60
song.
to life.
So,
hope it's to life.
R.I.P. to Nip. Any other thoughts on season 2, episode 1? Because we didn't get 2 and 3 like we were promised.
So not as explosive as obviously the Snowfall season premiere.
Obviously, as you mentioned earlier, different circumstances.
I think a lot of the things that we liked about the first season are carrying over here. Everything that you love from season 1 of Bel Air is here. They're taking the time building the story arcs. All of our characters are there. Seems like some of what was missing from last season may get fleshed out here. Ashley. So, let's fingers crossed. I'm up for a good season here. Not really loving what they're previewing for Carlton. I thought we was over that shit. I thought we could move on.
No,
it's seeming like we're going back to it.
They're treating anxiety like it's a crack addiction.
Like it's an addiction, yeah, which is, they're conflating two different things here because he has two different problems. Yeah. He has his anxiety problems and then he has a substance abuse problem, which are two different things. Yeah. And they're conflating them a lot.
For sure. And you know what that is, though? That's somebody who doesn't understand anxiety. Who hasn't dealt with like any kind of anxiety disorder. They don't fully grasp the full concept of it, so writing it is probably tough for them.
But I would still be leery of trying to liken any medical condition to that of an addiction. Sure. I mean, they have a lot of similarities, but on one, there is a decided choice to engage with that every time. Agreed. A sickness just kind of is what it is, and it can't be helped. That's not the case with an addiction. So
I would agree. Season 2, episode 1 hasn't done anything to scare me away from Bel Air. It did its job. It did everything that the first season did, like you said. So I'm still here for the rest of season 2. Hopefully,
who's the next original show cast member that shows up in here?
They actually, I'm pretty sure they actually have somebody, and I think they mentioned it.
They already tell us?
They didn't tell us, but I think it's one of those little sneak peek things that you got to know. But I think
I think it's gonna be Alfonso.
It's not. It's definitely
not. It's not Alfonso.
Yeah.
Damn.
yet. Let's see. Season 2 cameos. They actually have somebody. I just can't remember who it is. So maybe next time I'll have that information.
Yeah, I'd rather it be a surprise anyways.
All they're telling me is about Sweetie, and that's... Couldn't care less.
Yo, how did we not talk about that? How did we not talk about the fact that this 13-year-old has Sweetie at her birthday party?
I did talk about Sweetie. You talked about Karrueche being broke.
Oh, sorry.
Let me reread my notes on that. Sweetie, after going triple wood when coming for Quavo at the worst possible time, is now only making money hosting 13-year-old birthday parties.
She went triple wood. Okay, I get it now. I get it. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah, no, what the hell? We on a yacht? First of all, most of the people on this boat are not children. How did this happen?
She can't make club appearances because Quavo got that shit on lock. That's his shit.
No, for a children's birthday party. Not only is Sweetie performing, but we're on a yacht, and most of the people here are adults.
To be fair, she didn't perform. She said happy birthday, and then said, I know that's right.
No, she was down there rapping while Will was breaking Lisa's heart up there.
You know,
I think maybe a song was playing from her.
When I hear Sweetie music, I tune it out. I do my best to tune shit out.
Well, that's not nice.
There's one song I like from Sweetie. I just don't remember what it is.
That's my type, nigga. That's my type.
Hate that song. Terrible song. And the song after that, I don't remember what it was.
Hey, which bagel? This my bite. Bad bitch got a bad body all night.
What was the song after that? She had another song. Oh,
my best friend.
No, it was Blow the Whistle. What was it? Tap 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 in.
Tap in.
Trash.
Tap
Trash.
In. $100 on my neck, nigga. Tap in.
No. Hey.
Tap in.
But Sweetie does look great.
Bigger.
Sweetie.
She not gonna call you. You just said she can't rap.
I said the same thing about Nicki Minaj too.
She's not gonna call you.
Your music is trash, but
you need to leave her alone before she sends somebody to touch you.
That's a fact. For sure.
And I don't mean shoot at you. I mean,
we are way off topic. Moving on. Any other thoughts on Snowfall episode 1 and 2 for season 6, or Bel Air season 2 episode 1?
That's it for me, man. We got 2 great shows going on. Snowfall's back, final season. Bel Air's back. We got a lot of exciting things coming up in that season. Everybody let us know what you thought. First of all, thank you, everybody, for sitting here with us in the live.
Agreed.
We're going to be doing this every week for Power and Bel Air, just like last season. So stick in with us. Come along for the ride. Let's see how all this unfolds.
Are we sticking to a 7 time frame, or are we going to kind of just CPT it and just kind of be like, oh, sometimes
if there's a change,
8:30.
You'll get a keep your notifications on. Keep your notifications on. If there is a change, we'll be able to get it to you in a timely fashion. If not, it might just be on YouTube when you're scrolling. So
yeah, and make sure you click that shit and then watch it in entirety, because we trying to get some YouTube checks out here.
Absolutely.
Right. And on that note, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
I was just going to send this out. On that note, shout out to everybody who joined us, and we will see y'all next time.